Hey, how are you?
Oh, hey. Can you hear me okay? I had it on push to talk.
That's okay. I'm used to being ignored.
Hello. We're testing the stream 15 minutes before session starts.
Ah. I saw what the hype was about that game Schedule 1. And as I was
Schedule
looking
1?
through Steam for stuff about it, it's like, oh, this is kind of like Drug Dealer Simulator. And then I saw the news that the publishers for Drug Dealer Simulator are suing Schedule 1.
Oh.
Because they did a legal analysis, and it looks like, yeah, I mean, the graphics are a design change, but the UI, the plot, and the general core mechanics are all the same. So that's happening. And I was like, you know what? Let me find something that's not early access. And I came across a game, I kid you not, called Weed Shop 3.
I am very aware of the Weed Shop series.
Have you played Weed Shop 3?
I have watched multiple streamers play it. I've not personally played it myself. Also, Weed Shop 1 and 2.
I have not played Weed Shop 1 and 2. However, I must share with you some screenshots from me getting into and trying this game out. So I'm going to DM them to you real quick.
Please.
I made the mistake of looking down at my shadow. Apparently the main character in Weed Shop 3 is a skinwalker.
Yeah, go on.
But it also creates people like this one, where I just want you to look at the absolute perfection and then look at the name. So start at the top of the frame and work your way down.
Let's see here. I see it. Yes! Smakeel O'Neal. That shadow just doesn't really line up, does it?
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I am some kind of escaped SCP and I'm opening up a dispensary.
God.
Anyway, it's the same price as Schedule 1. And so far, worth it. I have no idea how to get people to just voluntarily wander into my shop. So I'm still kind of, dumpster diving for rogue joints, and it's working.
You're feeling it out.
I'm trying to figure out how the repeat business works, because I've had my hand held by games like Supermarket Simulator, and where they're just like, oh, we're just gonna throw people in there. It's not happening. It's not.
You gotta market. You gotta give them some of that free sample, you know?
Yeah, you mean the doobies I pick up from the ground that miss the trash cans, and I'm like, yo, dog, you want some of this sweet ganja I got? And it's just like, oh, I've got purple haze. That's fantastic. I'm not growing purple haze. I can't offer them purple haze because I don't have any in my damn shop. And now, all I've been able to give them is crappy OG Kush doobies, but now I don't have OG Kush seeds anymore. I don't.
Just to let chat know,
good.
everything we're discussing is digital and in no relation to anything in real life. Thank you.
That is correct. There's nothing about my life that is factual or real. This is 100% my take on a video game that is completely legal, and depending upon where you live, realistic and or fantasy, in that you run a legitimate recreational shop of the devil's and or Lord's lettuce. That is how you see fit.
Oh my god, I do like Smakeel O'Neal.
Smakeel O'Neal, I saw that and I'm like, you know what? I may just need to see this game through to the end.
That's pretty great. I'm glad you're on the Weed Shop 3 simulator train.
You know, it started as a hobby and now it's become something bigger, and it's starting to worry. But anyway,
Also,
have you
stream is
seen?
working. Stream is working.
Oh,
We are live.
perfect.
No frame drops. Not a single one. Disabling that bullshit completely fixed my issue.
I find it so weird that this supposed answer for the internet that we were prepped for in the early 2000s, 20 years down the line, we're still disabling it.
Man, I can't. I gotta preface this by saying I cannot wait for Google Fiber. Cannot wait.
I'm so excited for you because this is in no way am I endorsing Verizon. As a general rule, I hate them as a company. But gigabit fiber, gimme.
True and real.
So, I was waiting for years for them to come to my neighborhood. And it was like a winter morning, they have people from Verizon doing the door-to-door solicitation to see who's interested, right?
Mm-hmm.
I stopped them 2 sentences into the pitch. And I said, can I just order the gigabit fiber from you guys right now? It's like, yes, hand it over. Just filled out the tablet. I'm like, all right, when am I getting it? We can have someone in 2 weeks. Great, see you then. Like, wow, you were the easiest person. I will be the easiest person you talk to today. Yes, I've been waiting.
I've been waiting for an ISP like you. Get me
Have
through
you
the night.
seen? I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had another line.
No, it's all good.
Have you seen the videos about Dancing Green yet? Have you seen that fight?
Sorry, say again?
Dancing Green.
I've not.
The first fight of the cruiserweight tier in Dawn Trail. The new tier that just dropped.
Oh no, I was gonna watch that and I totally fucking forgot because I had company over this weekend who will be in the channel shortly.
I will be, so next weekend I'm flying out to Rinna's neck of the woods, actually.
Oh, nice.
So I should be, hopefully I'll have some time out there to hang out with her, Boomcheck, Crypt will be out there too. So it'll be a nice time.
That sounds like fun.
It should be. I don't want to give too much away, but Rinna's finally retired. So
Nice.
she's, having a party. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll fly out for that. She came out to the East Coast for Renfest down in Annapolis last year.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's only fair. I'll head out there for that. Which is fun because the flight out, have a 3-hour layover in Orlando, which makes total sense when you draw a line between the two locations.
Huh?
and then the flight back, I have an overnight stay in Chicago.
What?
Yeah.
What is even happening? Weirdest flight plan ever.
I'm being incredibly cheap, but this is also serendipity because I have people in Florida I haven't seen in a while, so they'll have an opportunity if they want to drive to the airport that we can catch up. And then my best friend from elementary school lives out in Chicago now, so I'm going to be crashing at his place for the overnight.
Nice.
And seeing him for like the first time in like a year and a half. So this is basically just going to use up all of my social energy for the entire year.
That sounds like fun though.
Oh, it'll be great.
Is it going to be like a big gathering? Like how many people do you expect to be there?
Oh, I have no idea. That's entirely her thing. It's going to be like this big like sending off party, so it's going to be like people from her company, like her family, friends, etc. So I'm assuming it's going to be a sizable group, but I'm not certain. I don't want to guide. I literally just want to watch the intro. Yeah. Here we go. Is this going to be the thing I wanted to? No, this is a 10-minute video. This is the whole fight. What am I doing?
Just give me only the introductory boss cinematic. You know, the one that plays when, you know, the music's playing and then the title screen comes on. It's like, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I got you. It's right here. I'm going to stream it in Discord, so the stream can't get it, and that's perfectly fine by me.
I think the stream's gonna hear it anyway.
They can hear it, and that's perfectly fine. I don't care. They don't get this. This is viewing privileges, us only, unless you somehow feed that in.
Slam that fart. Disco Inferno!
Honestly, even on Savage, this is such a fun fight. It is such a fun fight.
He's stylish, and he knows all the moves. The soul of
The glasses are amazing.
I'm going to see if I can find a part in this where you see the pedestals in the back there? Mm-hmm. Every single one of them, there is a mechanic in this where there will be frogs, disco frogs, on those platforms.
Are you ready to get down?
I'm sorry.
Also, I want to know where his music is and where that soundtrack is because I desperately want it. Could be... Ooh. No, we did not skip the first one. Spotlights. Where's EA1? Come on. Where's EA? There's no way they skipped EA1.
Show me disco frogs.
There's no way they skipped EA1.
Survey says disco frogs.
Come on, show me your moves.
If you watch a Wangdoodle's stream, it's like the new Final Fantasy XIV raid. It's a disco rabbit, you know, very normal things.
I am
Disco
watching.
rabbit.
I don't see disco frogs.
That
I see
should...
disco rabbit common rider fighting everybody.
No, you're absolutely right about that. It should be... Alright, here's Fort Snipped. He should be going into EA after this.
Oh, that's a cool effect on either side.
Oh, this is the normal fight. This isn't even Savage. That's why I was like, why am I so confused on what's going on with the mechanics?
This is literally just the math boss, but like with more color.
Alright, here you go.
Let's turn up the heat.
Oh my.
They all got little froze.
Oh dear.
The fever's taken hold. Can the upstart keep up with Dancing Green?
Yeah, when I said Disco Frog, I meant Disco Frog.
You meant disco frog
No tomorrow.
people. And I'm not sure how I feel about that relative to what I was expecting. But this is literally math boss, just with more color.
Left, right. Yeah, but I don't have to know what a prime number is here.
That's true, but you apparently do have to know what the different boxes fucking mean. Which I feel like may or may not be more difficult.
So there's a part to this that I skipped earlier on. Yeah, perfect groove. You get a damage buff if you never get hit. So I'm going to skip back a little bit. This might seem familiar.
Oh yeah.
There are spotlights involved with this. Here we go. So you see those spotlights?
Yeah.
How will the challenger respond?
You have to stand in the spotlight before the debuff wears off. And then this happens. So if getting to the spotlight and dancing sounds familiar to you,
Oh yeah.
Will the challenger be all
The
right?
shimmy, right?
Boogie down.
Book it down. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Even on Savage, this fight is so much fun.
One night in Karazhan.
Right?
Come on, show me your moves.
But anyway, so yeah, Dancing Green, great fight, fantastic. Probably going to be my favorite of the entire expansion.
It's pretty slick.
Yeah. The next boss after that is Splatoon boss.
Do you have to clean up ink? Or do you have to ink
No,
the
so-
whole, like, platform?
It's the largest Lalafell you'll ever see in the game. Who is a
So like we're talking like
pictomancer.
4.5 feet tops.
No, this one would qualify as medium as a character size. But is a pictomancer, so changes the battlefield and changes the effects based on whatever she spray paints up on a wall.
Okay.
The Savage fight is nothing like the normal fight. My static has not gotten to that one yet. But it is full ads. Like the patch notes buffed everyone's AoE.
That's pretty neat.
I feel
I
like
needed
there
to
was a
preface
boss way
that.
back when that they had to buff everybody's AoE for too. I can't remember what it was, but overnight dragoons could actually do AoE damage.
Yeah. It's led to this meme that I'm gonna put in our discussion channel. That's an ad from that boss that shows up in Savage, and it knows murder in a way that you would expect from a D&D campaign.
That ram looks like I'm either going to have it as a pet or it's going to murder me in my dreams.
That's the rule of 14. The cuter and more innocent something seems, the more lethal it actually is. Yes.
Amazing.
I like that
believe-
Final Fantasy XIV has gone apparently insane ever since they basically wrapped up killing God and the devil storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's
Yeah,
just pure unadulterated madness, and you know what?
I respect it.
I love that for them. I love that.
I respect it.
I mean, this expansion did start as, hey, everyone go on vacation. And then there's, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Storyline's pretty interesting. Don't want to say too much about it. But yeah, now we have this. Basically, the raid for this expansion is you are in a, for lack of a better term, professional wrestling arena with larger than life enemies. And you're kind of working your way through that. And one of them spawns cute little rams that cast meteor.
Listen, I've already seen cute little chocobos cast meteor. I know this bullshit.
Oh, are you familiar with Red Chalktober? It
I
sounds
am.
like you're familiar with Red
I
Chalktober.
am familiar with Red Chalktober.
Damn you, Basha.
We're missing one Coslo. Be right there grabbing a snack. I hope he's not grabbing one of those flavored sodas that he picked up while he was here.
I hope it's dippable in guafa sauce.
Ugh. He did bring the guava sauce.
Yeah, how was that?
I did not try it. I looked at it and I was like, that looks like a sauce. But I also know it was in his car for the 4-hour drive between, where he is and where I am. And I know it contains egg, so I wanted to dodge the salmonella.
What are you talking about? It's got high proof liquor in there.
It's been cooked out. That liquor is not a preservative for a creamy sauce.
Oh, not with that attitude.
It looked respectable. He also brought over the other two terrible things, which was the Doritos liquor and the Malort.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Would you have tried it if he made it there?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. So
I'm just not risking
that
food poisoning for the meme.
you'll let everyone else risk the food poisoning, but not you.
He made
Look,
it. If
in
he
a
made
world
it here,
where everything
perfectly
is
fine.
content,
Oh, we had things to do. I just, 4 hours of egg in the car. You're not even supposed to eat something that's been left out at room temperature after 4 hours. Speaking of which,
That's not true.
That
What?
is a wonderful sandwich right there. Love it.
ham, malort, and cheese. Stop.
that's not how Malort works. That's not how Malort works.
It is if you try hard enough.
There's no
Wait,
rules
wait,
with how
wait.
Malort works. It just works how you want it to.
Wait. You could
Is
technically do that.
Malort actual slow? Wait a minute. Time out. Hold
it
up.
could be. It could be.
What does slow taste like, Christina? We need to know now if this is canon.
If you need someone to find out, you know Wang Doodle will.
It's definitely going to be spicy. Definitely got some zing to it. But it will taste different every time. It will not be consistent.
So it's more of like
It will
the
be
worst
wildly
soju
different.
you've ever had in your mouth.
Oh yeah. One time you try it and it'll be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is the best thing ever. And then the next time you try it, it'll just be the absolute worst thing you've ever had and you'll want to die.
What if it's
That's
like
wild magic.
cilantro where some people love it and other people think it tastes like soap?
I can't actually eat cilantro, so that's super accurate.
Does it taste like
Cilantro-
soap to you?
for-
Yeah, it tastes 100% like Dawn dish soap to me.
Dawn dish soap, not like Kirkland brand dish soap though.
No.
You know what? I don't know if Dawn dish soap or Kirkland dish soap in Kirkland. Not gonna experiment with it. But yeah, it just tastes like.
How do you know what Dawn dish soap tastes like? Is the real question. Did you have a naughty mouth and your parents were like, "We're washing your mouth out with soap for talking like that"?
God, no.
Could you imagine?
I feel like
someone
everybody's
does
gotten
that?
a little bit of soap sud in their mouth.
Yeah, I
once
feel,
or
yeah, I feel
twice.
like I can't like
Washing
put my
dishes.
finger on it, but I definitely know that Dawn dish soap has touched my mouth at one point.
Like if you've ever grown up in a household where you had to wash all your dishes by hand, you've 100% tasted like dish soap
I mean,
just by accident.
all I'm saying is that I know I do know what it tastes like, but I'm just saying like she was very specific with Dawn dish soap.
Well, there's what's the yellow one that's like cheaper?
Dial?
No.
Palm olive?
Yes. And I don't think it would like cilantro taste like palm olive. They don't have the same bouquet. Oh, Joy. Yeah, Joy. I think Etc. nailed it in the chat. Yeah, Joy dish soap. Ugh. Ugh. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Arctis. We are live. The stream is working. I have not dropped a single frame in the 15 minutes that I have been live. So, we're trudging through. We're doing it. We are doing it today. And if we weren't doing it and I was still getting frame drops, I was just going to record the session and upload it later. So, this is a win-win-win-win situation.
We got the best frames. They're big, beautiful frames. We got
Beautiful
them.
frames.
They're great. Everybody, you're gonna have so many frames. You're gonna be like, "That's too many frames."
You're gonna love my frames.
You're gonna love my frames. We're gonna put tariffs on everybody else's frames to keep our big, beautiful frames here.
Oh, God. Although, speaking of things that were big and beautiful, we had a glorious weekend up here in Vegas. It was fantastic. John Wick experience, loved it. Oslo, thoughts?
Yeah, it was good. I liked the part where I got to hide in a van.
Yeah.
and
C-Swap,
shoot people with guns.
thoughts?
Yeah, it was fun. You know, I got to keep the only actual thing that was given out as a souvenir. I got to keep that, so I'm better than everybody, which is always good.
True. I didn't even get a cool souvenir. Also,
I
the
bought
gift
a
shop,
hat.
woefully, like, not as good as I wanted. I wanted more, like, John Wick themed merch, and it was like, oh, we got a couple shirts, and like a hat, and a tumbler, and like 10 different keychains. And I want a little bit more out of the gift shop. But anyway, the whole theme of it, you walk in, and it's like, oh, you're in like the Vegas Continental Bar, and it's like a total vibe. And then they come and get you, and they're like, they shove 12 of you in this very tiny elevator. You're all pressed up together, and then they start going through the experience. And it's like multiple rooms, and then there's some, I won't like completely spoil it, there's some like action at the end, and then half of us got stuffed in a van. That was great. One member of our party lost his credit card in said van, but found it. So the recovery was good. And then you kind of exit out at one of the clubs that's in John Wick, which was also pretty cool. So the whole experience, I thought, like, was pretty well done. Love the actors, love the set design, love the overall experience. I'll give it a 8.7 out of 10.
So what I'm hearing is you wanted to go through the gift shop and find something besides, I went through this totally awesome experience and all I got was a t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to Good Pie afterwards, and man, Arts District was popping.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, the beer fest wasn't there, so like that wasn't there. But I mean,
right? You said it was like more north, right?
yeah.
So you missed out on the pop golf, though.
How was that?
Well, Kozlo here apparently is a mini golf pro, and didn't tell any of us, because he beat us on both courses.
Damn.
Did you get hustled?
Completely.
I just wanted to note that my abilities at mini golf were a surprise to me as much as anyone else.
Like, it was just domination. I think he was like at least 5 points away from the next highest person. Like, one course,
I
like
was
a
genuinely
55.
surprised on the second course. I thought I was doing awful.
And that second course was like way harder too. But not a single person on both courses got a hole-in-one.
Mhm.
So definitely some like harder courses, but I enjoyed Pop Golf. I thought it was probably one of the best like mini golf experiences I've ever done. Like, period.
Yeah.
Courses were great. Let's try that again. Well maintained. Plus, they had the QR code thing where you can just take a picture of it and then order from your phone, and then they come out and deliver drinks to wherever you are on the course. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That resulted in me drinking several beers.
Food was, as expected, kind of aggressively mid, but otherwise, loved Pop Golf. Although, you missed out, Kozlo. After you left, we ended up ordering, Giordano's. Is that how you say it, C-Swab?
Giordano's, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Love
not the guy to
that
ask. Rain would probably be a better judge because it's from the Midwest, so you know.
Best deep dish pizza ever. Chicago style stuffed deep dish. Amazing. Love that place.
Chicago style and deep dish is redundant.
It's, you know what? I just had to
It's
put it there for...
It's the only deep dish that we acknowledge.
I gotta dot the I's and cross the T's, you know?
I have to say,
So
I grew up 3 hours from Chicago. Chicago style pizza, massively overrated.
Boo this man! Boo!
It's mostly bread with like some vague semblance of toppings on it.
This is definitely not. The crust is like thin and crunchy and not doughy, and it's very not noticeable.
As somebody who grew up less than 2 hours from Chicago, what the fuck Chicago style pizza did you have that was mostly bread?
Yeah, that's
I
weird.
don't know.
That
In
doesn't
Chicago.
that
Literally
doesn't
in
even make
Chicago.
sense.
It's supposed to be like a thin, almost like a pie crust.
It's just a casserole. It is a gigantic
It's a
casserole. That's all it is.
Oh my
Like,
god,
I would
it is a
accept if your
casserole.
argument was like, hey, Chicago-style pizza, not really pizza. I'd be like, you know what? That's fair. We can have that conversation, and, you know, we can have that talk. But mostly bread. Huh.
Every image I can find of Chicago-style deep dish pizza online is exactly indicative of my experience, which is where the bread is at least 2/3 of the structure of the thing.
Oh, no. Man, Giordano's is definitely nothing like that.
Huh.
Nothing. It's like
So-
super thin.
I don't know. I've been to Chicago multiple times. Every time I got pizza in Chicago, it was mostly bread.
Okay, next time you're here, C-Swab, we're going back. We're going back to Giordano's.
Why would you go there when
Probably,
there's the better Chicago-style deep dish place here anyway?
I'm probably biased anyway because I grew up closer to Detroit, so I'm a Detroit style pizza.
Yeah,
Mm,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
that's a good ass pizza.
But then also
we're
I got to
talking-
go to New York for a summer 1 year, and nothing has ever been as good as New York style pizza ever since.
Understandable.
You know, New York-style pizza is more bread than anything, in my view. It's like so much fucking crust.
There is a decent hunk of crust with New York. Yeah.
You'll be crusty.
I do want to ask this though, since we are talking about pizza. When you put a pizza on top of a pizza, it's 2 pizzas. But when you put a lasagna on top of a lasagna, it's 1 lasagna.
It's like
Make
it's
this
like
make
the
sense.
Oreo thing, because the cookie is like O, and then the middle part is re, and then the cookie is O, so you have Oreo, and then if you take out the cream and you have like 3 cookies, it's O, and then if you take out the cream and just stack 3 creams, it's re. And you have re. Yeah, it's just like that. But lasagna, you could just have, the la, and then the zang, and then the nya,
But
and then just stack them on top of each other in different orders.
lasagna is pasta, sauce, fixins, cheese, repeated, right?
Yeah.
And pizza is basically one layer of that.
It's literally, to be clear, a lasagna recipe is literally, like meat, cheese, pasta, pasta, meat, cheese, whatever, and repeat as desired. That's what all the recipes should end as. Repeat as desired, then put in oven.
You still lost me at Chicago style deep dish as a casserole. My mind is ascended into the upper reaches of space.
It sits somewhere between a pie and a casserole. Yeah, I'd agree.
Meat cake.
Meat cake.
So fun fact,
it
there actually
might
was a
be-
really good pizza joint in St. Louis when I was growing up that made what they called stuffed pizza. It literally is just a pizza, like a Chicago style pizza, but with a top on it of like pizza dough. So it's literally just a fucking pie. Like it's a whole ass actual goddamn pie
Isn't that just a
that
calzone?
shows up. And yes, you
I mean,
get it.
yeah,
And they
calzone's a
also, the
pie,
funny
yeah.
thing is, they also sell calzones. And you're
Is-
like, guys, this is just a full circumference calzone. Instead of folding the pizza in half, you just put a pizza on top of another fucking pizza, and you charge me 4 times the price.
Okay, but isn't a calzone just a Italian burrito anyway?
Ah!
I'd say it's more like an Italian falafel because it's like it's got the bread situation folded over. I feel like it's more of a.
All right, pizza heads. All right, enough. We are 1 week. Well, we lost a week last week because of tech issues. No more tech issues. Now we play D&D.
Could
Welcome
we have
back.
more of this pre-show where we can really start answering life's difficult questions like this?
Save it for the podcast.
And when were you going to bring me onto this? When were you going to inform me that exists?
Everybody's so busy. Maybe we can do Arctis the podcast once Call of Cthulhu has run its course.
We've been talking about doing Arctis the podcast literally since Ascended started. So good luck.
Maybe one of these days we can actually carve out some time, do Arctis the podcast, and also add some drinks to it. I see.
The real question is, would it be a in-character podcast?
Oh my god. Well, as long as you feel comfortable recapping your entire Vegas trip in Kozlov's voice, I will allow it.
Honestly, I
don't know if
want
I'm
to
prepared.
hear Kozlo's opinions on pizza styles. I actually want that content in my life.
All right, everybody. No, pizza is now banned from the chat. Just kidding.
What the hell?
No, what the fuck?
I was
Let's
gonna-
get back
You better
to it.
take that back. That might be a deal breaker.
I'm making strangling motions with my hands. I have a camera, so my digital avatar is just kind of twitching around violently. Anyway, welcome back. It's Arctis. It's Monday, and we are ready to do some RP. While the plane of Earth is on the horizon, there's some stuff that everybody needs to do before you head out to your next adventure. And that means cleaning some things up at home. Corbella's guards have gotten a little bit lazy and a little lax, and so you have threatened to beat the crap out of them, or exile them, or, you told them to get back to work. Even though you all have been gone for approximately 3 weeks or so, seems like as you were gone, got a little bit lazy, and they started drinking to excess and eating all of the fancy new imports at Zestgob's Goblins. With that settled, there was the big problem of the giant pyramid in the center of the town. While you have not given a house back to more Splinterhoof or the apothecary Lyrics quite yet, they are comfortably set up in House Lunisty for now. However, some capitalistic goblins have set up camp around the pyramid and have now started taking pieces of it to sell as various tchotchkes to tourists that are now flooding into the city. As you accosted these tourists, you told them to pay their fair share, as Maginox is, focused on tourism and business, and anybody who does business within Maginox and takes advantage of Maginox's protections must pay their fair share in taxes. And so, you accosted a few of these goblins, and some of them were very receptive to potentially paying taxes, while others were not. But with that out of the way, at least for now, one goblin was actually selling pre-orders of tours for the Tomb of Beans. As you went back in there, you saw
Tomb of
that
what? I'm
the
sorry?
Tomb of Beans! That's the pyramid. Yeah, it's the Tomb of Beans. No notes. Tomb of Beans. It was created by a bean, It just...
Oh, thank you for reminding me. That's a magic item, right? A wondrous item?
Ask Rebella. She's got... You know what? Why don't you just
a rare
plant some
wondrous
more
item?
and make another pyramid? We've all been talking about this. It's fine.
It's
This
plantable.
group didn't even plant it. You gave a bean to Larix. And then he planted it. And then suddenly... pyramid. But anyway, you went to the Tomb of Beans, you locked it down, you made sure that the Clockwork Army was fine, you still have the 2 specters outside who are guarding it, and Seaswab got a couple very large bolts of pride silk that were being generated by the Clockwork Spiders in there. After you left the Tomb of Beans, you came back to the streets of Maginox, where you gave the bolts of cloth to the local seamstress to do a couple things with. Make a lovely cloak for Seaswab, and to make a fanciful dress for a Arakakra songstress that was currently performing in Zestgob's Goblins. Everything was seemingly going to plan. And now the next thing that you all were planning on doing was discussing some potential business opportunities with Mora, one of the Fae of the Unseelie Court that Rain and the Ascended crew had saved. Also, you had requested the presence of... oh my god, now I'm forgetting the entire cast that's in there as I go and peek at the scene. I'm cheating. Cheating. I'm cheating on the recap.
It's okay.
You
Everyone
requested
needs
the
to know.
presence of Shar Iceborn, Magmancer Peya, Seismomancer Annelie, and Mora and Vulka to discuss things regarding the city. Now, hopefully, with this, everything should be wrapped up. And then you should prepare for your next adventure into the plane of Earth. Your ultimate goal is to reopen City of Brass, where you all need to acquire the venom of Tiamat to make an antidote for the slow. But the only way you're going to get something from the Nine Hells is either A, going to the Nine Hells yourself, or B, finding some way to have demons enter this plane. Not really something you want to open up on the material plane. It seems like the City of Brass, once very long ago, had some sort of connection to the Nine Hells, and even traded demons there. This might be your only chance to get your hands on the venom of Tiamat. And Grabella, well, Grabella seems to be a native of the plane of Earth. Her mother, once long ago, had made a wish that Grabella should return if Arctis were ever in danger, and has forced Grabella to be perpetually revived and reborn anytime there is a imminent threat to Arctis. But there's a catch. She loses her memories each time she comes back, so all of this is lost to her. But how will she be received once she re-enters the plane of Earth? That is yet to be seen. Let us return now to the streets of Maginox, where you have wrapped up things with the seamstress. Hopefully you'll get some nice threads before you head out on your next adventure. Threads befitting a noble, as the upstart Ifriti ruled on a very, very strict caste system.
All right.
All right, everybody. You may begin. The streets of Maginox are not as bustling as they were when it came to the Somniari ceremony that married Rain Silversong and Eris Lunesti. Things have calmed down just a bit, but there is still a steady stream of tourists coming through, though most seem to be at the Maginox docks, sampling the many curious creations of the Zestgob's goblins. What do you all do?
But we really gotta get whole new outfits and stuff.
I think mine's getting made.
Wangdoodle looks at his worn but very comfortable heavy, almost like a double like a double denim lined set of pants, and is just like ratted, like oil stained shirt.
There are a couple options to impressing the Djinn. One, being having a massive army and being a noble. Or two, being an elemental lord or possessing their mark. At least that might get you in the front door. The rest remains to be seen. It might be a good idea if these Djinn do work on a caste system to make yourselves as presentable as possible.
Hmm.
I just gotta be able to be mobile, and I gotta have pockets. Those are the only two things I really need.
And Rain, you had plans to talk to the ladies of Maginot before you left.
Well, we also need to probably burn about a week of time to actually set up the demi-plane as well. Plus, we need to actually build the golem. So
Yeah, we do.
It is good to
Do
be
we-
prepared. So make sure you are entirely prepared. If it takes a week, that's not a problem.
Did we want to also start ferrying the brass army over to the plane of fire? Was that a thing that you all wanted to do?
I think it would help.
I'm looking at Coslow and Seaswab. It's kind of their army, so to speak. Or at least they're the sole representatives of Azrael present.
It's definitely not my army.
Yeah, think we can figure out how to get them down there? Honestly, we should probably check in with Azrael and see if they know anything.
And that is also a potential thing. And Coslo, you do have a direct connection, at least from Rebella's lair, to Azrael's Sanctum in the Plane of Fire. You have that ley line focusing rod, and you can either go to the Obsidian Halls or to Azrael's Sanctum. So that is one option. But Rain also has a very unique spell called Plane Shift. Though I'm not sure how many people it can ferry over.
I think I calculated it looking at everything in the room. I think it's like 6 days of me casting Plane Shift.
So it might
get
be
them all
a better idea to have Coslow ship over the various clockwork automatons, while Rain, you focus on the living members of your party.
Yeah, like theoretically, I could open up a like I could open up the ley line and just have them single file march all the way through. I'm also slightly wondering if we should do like an exploration mission first, like we go look around for a bit and then come back.
Around where?
Like if we get an idea of where the City of Brass even is. Like if we basically, unless I'm misremembering, the idea was find the City of Brass. There's probably something going on there. Have an army that we can then go and occupy the City of Brass and liberate / overtake, overthrow whatever the fuck is going on in there. But it would be helpful to have an idea of what that is before we just turn up with an army.
Absolutely. And plus, if you show up with an army even before conferring with the Djinn from the plane of Earth, you might have multiple opponents to face. It's probably a good idea to smooth things over on the plane of Earth first, and potentially some other planes, before dropping your army within the City of Brass.
Sorry, is the City of Brass not part of the Plane of Fire?
It is part of the Plane of
confused
Fire.
Okay. So I think the idea was just to have them ready to go in the Plane of Fire when we were ready to go to the City of Brass, but we were going to go talk to the Earth Ganassi first, which was a separate trip. I thought that was where we had
That is correct.
Okay.
It is also a potential that Coslow just stages the Clockwork Army within, say, Azrael's Sanctum, and then you can move them at your leisure after that.
Yeah, that was
Maybe-
kind of my thinking of that's what I thought we were talking about last time. So then
Yeah,
they're ready to
I
go.
don't fully remember the conversation from last time. So
To be fair, I don't super remember it either. That's why I was
Yes,
lobbing it out there.
the problem, at least with the City of Brass, is that all of the warring Djinn has caused it to no longer be a hub of trade. Much like Maginox and the takeover of the vampires, the Djinn have been fighting each other for who knows how long, and the once fabled elemental city is now, well, not so up and up on the trade. Though the exact details are still a little bit hazy. You do know that there was a portal or some sort of connection to the Nine Hells there. Something that would allow things to come through. Or for you to go there, which generally is seen as suicidal. But it's probably better to find out why these Djinn are so pissed off at each other, smooth that over, and then attempt to bring, peace, whether that's forceful or not, back to the City of Brass.
And do we have any idea who the actual, like, is it Plane of Earth and Plane of Fire Djinn, or is it like a whole bunch of different types of Djinn? Do we have any idea?
From what you know, it is the various elemental Djinn. So, earth, fire, air, and water primarily.
No, we're gonna deal with those fucking air guys. I don't know, guys. Fucking flighty.
Although you know very little about Djinn. So, hopefully your travels will tell you a little bit more about how to deal with these mystical, wish-granting elementals.
So is there anything in particular we want to do right now? We do need to get back to House Unesti at some point. Probably also maybe can we get somebody to ferry some of that fancy brass over to House Unesti for Wang Doodle to work on a big fuck-off robot?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of moving parts we gotta get started with.
All right, what do you want to tackle first? There is a group of ladies waiting for you at House Lunesti, or do you want to sneak into Kozlo's den and grab approximately half a ton of Feronian brass? Kozlo's den is right.
It would make sense. The most efficient thing to do would be start, closer and then head as we're going out, right?
I could probably just teleport it actually straight to House Unesti if you'd like.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I mean, otherwise, I'm looking around. I'm not seeing a whole lot of, a whole lot of back muscles, frankly, for lifting things.
It's only 200 ingots of brass. How much can it weigh, Michael? 5 pounds?
90% of our carrying capacity is currently not present, so our collective carrying capacity.
True.
Very true.
I don't know. Maybe Sea Swab has some muscles under those feathers. I actually don't know. Okay, let's go grab a pile of fancy metal then and make a big scary robot. Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Works for me.
Okay, so
right?
I'm doing the math. So an ingot of brass is about 33 pounds. And you have
That sounds right.
200 ingots.
Uh-huh.
So 33 times, let's see, times 200,
6,600 pounds.
6,600 pounds. It's a
About
lot.
3 tons?
Yeah, 3
I don't
tons. 3
need
tons.
all of that.
Crabella!
But the cool thing about teleportation is it's based on volume, not tonnage.
Hey! Well, perfect.
We just have to draw the circle around the volume. And really hope that nobody's standing on my teleportation circle when we arrive.
All right, well, modern problems require magical solutions. Let's get to it.
All right.
So, here, yes?
That's Grisella's seamstress place.
Oh my gosh, there's so much more. Oh my god, so many walls.
My computer decided to restart itself, so I'll be right there.
No!
Oh no.
It's fortunately a quick process.
A thick process?
A quick process, and I run Discord on a different PC than I run the game on, so...
I was gonna say, you're still here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amazing.
hey guys.
That process
oh my
is
god.
thick. Oh, hi, Sonny.
Oh, hey again, guys. Oh, you guys look sure busy.
Yeah, we got a lot on the plate today. Bar's open, right?
Yup. Go on
No,
in.
Wayne Doodle, not for you. Work before play.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Do you want the job done, or do you want the job done well?
I want the job done well.
All right. Then we don't work thirsty.
I don't think you work drunk, period. Zero at all. You kind of just collapse.
Well, there's a range there. All right.
I have literally never seen anything short of pass out. From you.
You got a point there. I do pass out, but I'm sure there's at least 5 seconds in there where I am somewhere beyond, unconscious.
Out of character, do you want to attempt a service outage? Because that's how you get a service outage, Wang Doodle.
What? No, we don't push to prod on Fridays. What are you talking about?
You do it, push to prod. Full untested live build, just do it. Do it, pussy.
Like Wang Doodle being an enormous lush is entirely because of you being on call. And I love that. But also, I don't want to tempt that fate.
No.
I love when my characters get degeneracy because of my life. It's great.
Those are the best character traits. Okay, where's the giant pile of metal?
This way.
I'm back, by the way.
I don't think Rain has ever been in your vault.
I can't help but imagine that Kozlo has a cloak or mantle on and swishes it like a vampire disappearing down the hallway.
Like a
And the
fucking
vault!
tuxedo mask.
Yeah, this way.
But you didn't do anything.
Come on, I gotta lock the door behind us.
C-swab.
C-swab?
I think that tourist is looking at him funny.
I like permission to update wall.
User waiting likes permission to update. I'm not trying to update the wall. No.
I cannot reach this lock.
Oh, my bad.
Amazing. Who installed that lock so
He's
high?
got tiny arms.
That is the best goblin defense system you could ever make. Just a tall lock.
Why is it so tall?
Wait a minute.
I'm
You
gonna
put
fix
your
that.
you put your kegs of gunpowder in the basement of your bar.
Yeah, where else would I put them? Gotta keep them safe.
What if they explode and everybody dies?
No, we've got enough space down here in this room for it to be contained.
I don't think.
It's a vault.
The
Like
amount
metal
of
walls or something.
Also will
Yeah.
bang on the walls of the vault.
They look suspiciously
Hug,
brown
hug,
and
hug.
wood-like to me.
Ah, yes, the dull thud.
Bug.
Metal.
Possibly brick.
That very earthen tone of knocking on metal.
So, okay, but
Perfectly safe.
just like this is what warehouses are for. You keep dangerous thing in warehouses, so if everything explodes, you just lose a warehouse, not dozens of people eating delicious fried cheese upstairs.
Yeah, I used to do that with people's boats, but then they all got mad at me.
Galaxy Swap just hanging out in the hall.
Sorry,
Okay.
we were checking out something.
Do you need a second?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So this big fuck off pile of brass, right? This needs to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
A massive pile of brass sits here, approximately 3 tons of it.
Rain will use her stone of sending that goes to Eris just to give him a heads up. Darling, there's going to be a large sum of metal ingots arriving in the house shortly on my teleportation circle. Please make sure nobody's standing there, lest they be crushed under. What was that again, Kozlo? Approximately how many £1,000?
Yep.
Approximately many thousands pounds of brass ingots.
Noted. I know better by now than to ask a deluge of questions. I'll just make sure and see it done.
Perfect, thank you, darling.
Of course, anything for you, dear.
It's not how this stone works. We can't talk back and forth with each other, but it's very cute.
We could just use the dreaming, why not?
One message each way, that's it.
The rest is in your head. Rain?
Yep.
The ominous...
Look, Rain has been away from Eris for a long time. Okay, give her a break.
He sends back his assent.
Okay, let's see. I suppose I could also just telekinesis this, and we could just actually carry it that way. It's probably slightly more conspicuous, though.
I think that would draw attention a little bit. Wait, remember when I requisitioned all that steel for that cannon system we still haven't used?
It's probably at the house.
Yeah,
I believe I also have some adamantine that you could also use on the ship.
I have so many ideas for that. How did we move that?
It was just delivered by, like, a wagon. Very low tech.
Oh.
Here, Wayne Doodle, why don't you hop up on top of that pile of brass? This would be really fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. No, Kozlo, you hop up. Just scramble up there.
Mine was only just a little nervous as to what is happening here.
Alright, C-Swap, you're next.
This is fine. This is fine.
Everybody on the giant pile of brass.
Everybody on the giant pile. And Rain starts to draw a chalk circle around everybody.
If Rain
and
just
then
says, just
hops up there herself.
Whee! You draw a 10-foot diameter circle on the ground, inscribed with sigils that link your location to a permanent teleportation circle. Zoop! Rain, do you wish to go to House Lunesti?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I do.
Is this on the 2nd floor?
I thought we actually built the circle down by, like, in the basement, but we've been teleporting into our bedroom for some reason. So, you know what? Wherever makes the most sense for you, Christina, is fine.
Either one is fine. I forgot where in the basement it would be. Would it be on the same teleporter pad as the to the umbral bow? Or is it in a different spot?
I thought so, because I thought that's what we talked about doing, is like tying it to the tree, since the tree was already linked to the ley line. But yeah, I think the basement probably makes more sense for like literally 6 tons of fucking metal to just magically appear.
Fair. And balanced.
In like the second floor of our very, very new, recently rebuilt manor house.
All right.
Is it even rated for 6 ton?
I think so.
Okay. I'll trust you. You knew the architect.
All right, I'm gonna have to move everybody off the pile of Feronian brass for a moment. There we go. Everybody's in the 10-foot circle. And some of you can actually see the basement of House Luna's first time.
Oh, will it be the first time for some folks?
Has anybody
we've only
here
really gone there
not
once.
been in the basement? Well, we're gonna find out. Yeah.
Christina's like, this scene that we used once and I never planned to use it again. Curse them.
I'm not saying that Wang Doodle hasn't been here. He just may not remember being here.
He might have been drunk.
It may have happened.
Also possible. There is a lurching feeling in your stomach as the teleportation takes hold, and you and your fleshy bodies are not combined with the ingots on the way that as the magic works properly and deposits you exactly where you need to go. In the basement of House Lunicity.
Properly. Like there was ever any doubt.
Listen, there's some wild magic happening. Not sure if you
I
knew.
love wild magic.
Rain doesn't believe in wild magic sorcerers.
Oh boy. Here we go. No liches, no wild magic sorcerers. Neither is mine. Up on the slightly raised dais is a glimmering teleportation circle, much like the one that sits in Grabella's lair, very similar to the one that sits in the obsidian halls, but this one shines with a renewed energy. The connection to the umbral bow here is close, and links you directly to the ethereal realm where the world tree Tapio grows. The Feronian brass ingot pile sits neatly to the south of the teleportation circle, and the rest of you are standing on the steps beside it. What do you do?
Ta-da!
Think about Tapatio, and I didn't bring any chips.
Okay, so this is here now. Great. So you want me to get started on building that now, or?
Well, maybe not right this second, but yes, in general. Probably look at the book I gave you. Oh, it's like a dungeon down here. I didn't know we had a dungeon. I did know we had a dungeon. I just don't think I've looked at the dungeon.
I mean, wait. Didn't I repair one of these doors?
Oh, there's like a magic.
I remember working on on like a jail door or something, and setting it up to shock someone trying to break free.
I don't recall that, Wang Doodle, but maybe.
Don't worry, the magic circle is just a well full of pure water.
Oh, there's a whole little like treasure room over here with fancy things and a dragon skull.
Gus all like beelines over.
I'm sure these are very important, so I'm not going to touch them, even though they probably belong to me.
The relatively decorated basement sea swab, as you are walking through, there is the remains of a darkened smear to the north that looks like it's been scoured off. It's a very large, gross-looking, former puddle. Whatever traces made this have attempted to been eliminated, but it seems like the darkness has seeped into the cracks.
We have a wine cellar.
See, so make me a perception check.
Oops, that's not that perception.
That's definitely blood. That is definitely blood.
This is definitely blood.
What's definitely blood?
What was it on this curtain right in front of me?
Yeah, it's a big smear on the ground in front of you. Ah, yes. Rain, some stuff has happened in here, but it looks like this blood stain has been attempted to be cleaned.
Does it look old?
Oh yeah, it looks old.
Well, technically speaking, House Lunesti was sort of murdered by the other houses once upon a time, and Eris fled and barely escaped with his life. Courtesy of our friend Lakaris Winterheart, actually, who's currently imprisoned in that crystal on our ship. He got the young Eris away. So, I don't know, maybe it's from that time?
While most of the upper parts of House Lunesti were more or less razed, the basement was the only thing that didn't get entirely destroyed, but it leaves some historical artifacts of the horrors that had occurred previously. A lot of people died in the assault on House Lunesti. Seems by the bloodstains, possibly some of them here.
Oh, this looks lovely. Right in here, Wang Doodle. Come here. This looks like a whole little workshop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was coming down this way, and then you said something about a wine cellar.
Yeah. Look, it's a whole little room. I don't know whose room it is. It looks rather messy. Probably actually just a bunch of discarded nonsense shoved in here. But look, there's a bed, and there's workbenches, and... Is that a bear trap? Or a gear? I'm not sure. Maybe this could be your room.
Yeah, you know, I see some useful things in here. I actually had a plan I wanted to work on anyway.
Wang Doodle, make me an investigation check real quick.
Oh no. Not more bear traps, please.
All right.
All positioned within 5 feet of each other, just in a row.
There are some
Yeah, you know,
alchemist supplies to the north that look like they've been used recently. A mortar and pestle still have the remains of some unknown herb inside of them. If you lean forward and give it a cautious sniff, it's quite aromatic. It smells of lavender and other calming herbs. Seems like this little area has been repurposed recently. There are also some plans that catch your eye in the bottom right-hand corner of the room.
Not used to things with lavender. But, yeah, it looks like there's some interesting stuff in here. Hey, Rain.
Yes, Wang Doodle.
Yeah, over here, they're mixing up something, kind of lavender focused, I guess? I don't know. Alchemy and I didn't really get along.
Rain, you remember Kire being in here, and she had mixed up something for Drion quite some time ago, to hopefully put his nerves at ease.
Oh, maybe Kire stayed down here. Oh, you know what? This is where we kept Drion when he was convalescing after the last adventure. He kind of got the shit kicked out of him by
Nightmare
by
Eris. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Eris
Oh,
kind of kicked the
yeah.
shit out of him.
Oh yeah, that was a rough one.
Yeah, so this room is almost certainly available.
There is some cat
Yeah,
hair
sure.
on the floor.
That's fine.
I miss Drion sometimes, you know?
I miss Drion too.
Yeah.
Cosmo says wistfully from the hallway.
Remember that time Dreon just pieced out after getting half the team killed in combos? Good times, guys. Good times.
Good times. Good times.
All right, great, perfect, love it. This can be your workshop, Wagdoodle, and it's got a bed there. It's got, well, basically everything you possibly need. But if you need anything else, let me know.
Whatever I don't have, I can make. There's plenty of spares. Thank you.
All right, that's one less person living in a box fort or a blanket fort in my bedroom.
Come on, it's up to code.
Wangdoodles, you take a step forward and get a little closer look at the plans. It is detailed plans of House Lunesti. Seems like this is where a lot of the rebuilding planning was done. Judging by the plans and a lot of the sketches, the destruction that House Lunesti had endured during the Victoria Vicadus assault was drastic. In fact, almost everything above the basement was either burned, torched, or demolished entirely. The rebuilding of House Lunesti has certainly been a great task.
These are going to be good to look at. And Wangdoodle actually starts sifting through the plans to find anything subterranean, and the lower level plans.
The one curious thing that you find as you look at the plans with a trained artificer's eye is that there was a newly added escape hatch in the southwestern part of the basement, just in case something like the Vicadus raid happened again.
I wonder where that leads out.
You're not even sure Rain knows about it.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep those folded up and protected. We're going to slide those inside. Not saying I do this, but maybe you've seen someone like this, where they'll have like some loose leaf paper. They'll just open up a book like where they were reading or something, like take the notes that they're writing on it and just like shove it into that page as like a bookmark.
Mm-hmm.
So Wangdoodle basically folds up those plans with the escape hatch and tucks them into one of his schematic manuals in that same way.
All right, you gain a full knowledge of the basement of House Lunesti. You have at least a very good idea of what's going on here. There is that little bit of a jail cell to the north, but otherwise, a lot of storage down here, including a wine cellar.
Yeah, ooh, that's something. While looking through the plans, and looking at the wine cellar, because Wangdoodle came across a door that was locked in there. Did the plan say anything about what that door was?
That is the escape hatch area.
Oh. Well, that explains that. Hey, Rain.
Yes, Wangdoodle.
You see the, in the wine cellar, there's another door there?
Let's say I totally remember that.
I mean, I can show you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you should come check this out. And we're going to take Wangdoodle, who is excellent at directions and knowing where he's going, especially in these tight, turny hallways, because he has a great record of that.
I'm definitely getting some Guafa flashbacks from this layout.
We can steal a bottle of wine while we're down here.
Well, maybe there's some sauce.
Oh, how strange, Wangdoodle. As you enter the room, there is that worrying remains of a bloodstain to the north here. But where you saw the door, there is actually no door. Just looks like brick. Wangdoodle, do you wish to take another look at the plans?
I do.
You flip
Maybe
through.
maybe the person who used to own this place buried his rival behind the bricks, behind all the wine.
You flip through the various pages. There's an additional small note, something about a trigger in the House Lunesti master key. If it's used to open the door here, the hatch door will open. But if it's opened normally without use of the key, the door will remain hidden.
I've really got to spend more time reading things. I really do. I'm okay. This is going to sound weird, but hear me out. We need to open this door with the master key to the house.
Okay. It wasn't locked though.
But I don't really know what. Wangdoodle just opens his schematic book and like takes the page and shows Rain the page that like, look, I'm going off what I got, okay?
Rain has no matching key.
Oh, that's strange. Rain, you put your key in the lock and it opens the door, but you do hear another trigger. Something clicks down to the south.
Like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, like that.
Oh,
Huh?
that's neat.
Yeah. That's new.
Well, I feel somewhat better about my husband and his entire family and everybody being murdered while I'm gone, I suppose. That is less likely to happen anyway.
Okay, thank you. I was kind of concerned, but more confused originally. So I appreciate the clarification.
Of course.
Huh? Let's see.
Are we gonna follow it and see where it goes?
As Wangdoodle starts walking towards the stairs, he's looking around at it, partially taking it in, but then also silently judging the craftsmanship of the construction.
All right, wait 1 second, Wangdoodle. Let me get a to-go wine.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. We should probably grab two. You know, it could be a long journey.
All right, I'll grab
Or a
two.
short one.
Great. Rain grabs two to-go wines. We don't know how long this tunnel is.
20 minutes ago, Rain. No, don't do drinking while you're doing things, Wangdoodle. Gets it home immediately. Let's pour one. Pour 7.
Let's get drunk. We have drunk at home, Wangdoodle.
Wangdoodle, at the end of these stairs, it ends in a wooden door. However, the wooden door appears more raw, like it was formed out of a tree if you asked it nicely. It's not made of planks, but just one continuous piece of intertwined wood. Even the knob itself is twisted and curled like a tree knot rather than a doorknob.
Sorry, my brain was still processing asking a tree nicely to become a door. That took a minute, I'm sorry.
Will you be a door?
Uh,
No.
Listen, could you do me a solid? my carpentry skills not really that great.
Wangdoodle, make me an Arcana check real quick.
Yeah, some doesn't seem right here. This doesn't seem structure. Oh, I did not mean to click that twice.
That's
That was my
fine.
mistake.
A
I'll take-
24.
I'll take the-
This door was made with magic, and if you had to guess, druidic magic.
Wait a second. Rain. Bonsai, yeah?
Hey, yes, what about them?
Just looking at this door, I'm just reminded of bonsai. You know what? You should come take a look at this.
Rain comes and takes a look at it. Looks like dirt magic.
Rain, your list of druids is short, that you know. Excuse me, dirt magic users. Bonsai and Catherine.
Well, Bonsai was literally a dirt person, so...
It was probably not Bonsai who created this door. You haven't seen Bonsai in quite some time, and last you heard, they were still purging House Vicatus of any taint or corruption that lingered.
You said taint.
Yeah.
If you had to venture a guess, this door was made by Catherine. And Catherine has been a
Probably made by
long-standing
Catherine.
ally of House Lunesti.
Turns out she's actually a rather effective dirt magician.
So
When she wants to be, but like, you really have to convince her to want to be.
So this door has a purpose then.
Presumably? Did you try knocking on it?
No, I didn't want to presume. Not familiar with this kind of work.
Well, we've got these to-go wines, so... may as well give her a knock.
You know what'd be a great idea? Is if we created some kind of box for people to carry wine better, you know? So like if they drop it when they're walking down the sidewalk or something, like the glass doesn't break, you could have it in a nice, like good box.
Oh my god.
I'm going to write that one down later. Wang Doodle will now knock on the dirt magic door.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. It's like knocking on the trunk of a very, very sturdy tree. You twist the twisted knob.
Please do not have this tied back to Tapatio at all. Yes.
The door opens. A blast of cold, frigid air hits you in the face. Beyond, you see snow? One moment, please. The door exits from a large, bare-leafed tree, and a bunch of very curious ravens as you step through from the other side look down at you from their perch on the upper branches. Ah, ah, ah! They scream in unison as you come out of the hidden doorway. Your brain hurts for a moment. House Lunesti and House Ravensblood are nowhere near each other. Not even close. They're extremely far away from each other. And when you turn around and look at the tree, there is just a door that has opened in the trunk of the tree, and you see the entirety of the House Lunesti basement as you turn around and look at the opening in the tree. It is rather surreal. There's no way an entire House Lunesti fits in this tree. Dirt magic.
Okay, so
The ravens
this
overhead
happened?
make an absolute noise as you step through into the snow.
Rain
Huh.
sips out of one of the wine bottles through a straw. Just like, rather impressive. Slurp, slurp.
A significant number of ravens in the overhead tree take off as soon as they see you appear. Presumably, tell their mistress.
I think we maybe just triggered some kind of fail-safe. Wang Doodle.
Oh.
I mean, that's what the plans looked like, for sure.
It's fine, little birdies. Everything's fine. There's no emergency or anything.
Down to the south, a Raven's Blood knight once had lifted up his crossbow in surprise at seeing a bunch of people step out of a tree, lowers it very quickly as he sees the group of Rain, Coslow, Wangdoodle, and Seaswab. Forgive me, Queen Rain and friends. I was not expecting you to appear out of a tree. He looks incredibly confused. May I ask, what brings you back to House Ravensblood, my lady?
It's a very good question. Nothing in particular, actually. You want some to-go wine?
Forgive me, my lady, I am working at the moment, but the outside is cold and unforgiving. Do you wish to come inside? House Ravensblood is forever an ally to House Lunesti.
That was good. That was a test. That was a test, and you passed. Good job.
Of course, my lady.
Already better than some of the other guards we've tested today. Surprise tests on guards everywhere. That's what's happening. Making sure everybody's on their toes, as it were.
You will see that we have all our defenses at the ready, my lady. But certainly you don't wish to stand out here in the cold and the snow. Do you wish to come inside?
Is the door behind us in the tree closed?
Not yet.
I think we're good. Actually, maybe we'll go back through the tree. I think we're okay. I think Catherine's over at my place anyway right now.
Of course.
Thanks, though. You've been very hospitable. Good job.
Of course.
Top notch.
He fluffs his feathers slightly, looking a little bit proud at the praise.
Okay, bye.
Of
It
course.
slinks back like Homer Simpson style into the tree. Well, I don't know what I expected, but I don't think it was that.
The door begins to close as you step back through it with a slightly wooden creak. It sounds like the wind passing through the leafless branches of the tree. The door closes.
I really want some Turkish delight.
All right. Well, I think that's maybe we close this. Yeah, Wagdoodle. Does it say what? We just do the same thing. We stick the key in and it closes.
As long as you don't open the door with the key, that shouldn't show up. I think that's why we couldn't see it before.
Well,
The door turns around on a hinge as Rain inserts the key one more time. It flips over to a stony facade on the other side, making it almost invisible as Seaswab now looks at a stone wall.
Aslan.
all right. Now what? It was a fun. Learned a little secret about my own house. It was neat.
It's like it's like a panic room, but with booze and then a back door.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pause it 1 second for a very quick bio. Be right back, like 30 seconds. Like I said, I'm just so hydrated. Please,
Hey, I'll
continue.
hydrate.
You gotta hydrate. The desert. All right. Well, you've discovered a mysterious and magical dirt magic portal to the tree of House Ravensblood. Catherine and Alara have been extremely close in Rain. It reminds you of the time in the Nightbloom Garden where Catherine had hid Alara away from Victoria Vicatus's wrath. Having a portal there just seems to make sense, though it's mildly concerning that you didn't even know about it. Maybe only mine.
Dirt magicians work in mysterious ways, it's fine. Alright, do you want to see some people about opening a school and also a more formalized guard organization? C-Swab, Coslow?
Yeah, I think that was one of the things on our list at least.
Mm-hmm. I think they're probably upstairs.
All right, let's get to it.
I think I saw
do not
stairs
know where
back
I'm
here.
going.
Time to be locked
Funny
in the
enough,
basement for the rest
I
of the
don't
session.
either.
Rain doesn't come down here much.
That's it.
They built this really big manor, and I didn't really spend any time in it.
Oh, I should have put a marker here, I believe.
Oh, these stairs. The one enemy we can't defeat.
No matching key, we're locked in! Check.
Activate House Lunesti? Hello?
Wait, don't you keep a spare key under the rock?
I literally have a key right here, Wagdoodle.
I gotta check these master keys after the session. Thank you.
It doesn't work. We're locked in, we're gonna die here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
there we
you
go.
thought master like universal? No, that's the key to the master bathroom.
I will double check that after the session. Thank you for bug testing.
Oh, hey Frank, what's up?
Oh, hi, Rain. I was, well, just sitting here learning the rules of chess. Have you played chess before?
I have, but I don't think that's a chessboard, Frank.
He looks down. He's thinking.
Looks maybe more like maybe backgammon? I don't know.
Do you have to have a back to play backgammon?
I suppose not technically, although perhaps it is preferred.
It is definitely not a chessboard in front of him. It's possibly Go, maybe backgammon, but definitely not chess.
Or maybe a really elaborate Yahtzee? Not sure.
Oh, that might be the reason that I'm just really not understanding the rules. Oh well.
He moves some pieces on the board and goes,
Goal!
Yep, that's... honestly, make up your own game. I'm sure it's fine. I'm not even sure there are all the parts to whatever this game is here.
Oh, he's playing Mahjong.
My what?
Yeah, you're doing great. Keep it up, buddy.
Thanks, Wangnoodle.
Frank, somebody has told you not to wander off anywhere too far, right?
Oh yeah. Are you planning a surprise for me? He says, I don't remember when my birthday is. It could be any day you choose. I do like surprises.
Well, I will take that under advisement, actually.
Yeah, if it is my birthday, I'd like a chessboard, please.
I will also take that under advisement. Thank you so much, Frank.
Oh, thank you. And happy birthday, me.
great.
Unless it's tomorrow.
Oh, what's tomorrow? Are you going somewhere, doing something? You have plans? You have a hot date?
Nope. Unless he leans forward conspiratorially. Unless the Iron Maiden is available. He would waggle his eyebrows if he had any.
That could probably be arranged, although this is not making me any more comfortable about that situation.
Nothing will stop our love. Nothing.
Right.
He just looks up at you with the blank sockets in his skull. I wonder if she thinks about me.
Yeah. I wonder that too, actually.
Maybe she'll play chess with me. That would be nice.
Guzzle's just like looking back and forth through this whole conversation, like, what? This can't possibly be that other guy that one time.
Going to look at the arrow in Frank's skull, like, actually, no, this kind of checks out.
They did tell you that I was planning on a trip.
Oh, where are you going, Frank?
So, the dream of all skeletons. It calls to us to walk across the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, maybe don't... Okay, Frank, I'm just gonna get right to the point then, since apparently you already have a vacation booked.
Oh, it's my birthday tomorrow!
Yes.
And that's why you
sure.
don't want me to go anywhere.
Yes.
I see what you are planning.
But also, we learned some things in the ice library. You remember we were going to the ice library, right?
I think so. Did you have a nice trip?
It was...
See, Kozlo sounds so happy.
It was a mixed bag, I'd say. Right, guys?
The bag had a variety of different things in it, so yes, a mixed bag.
Oh. But did you bring back any good books?
No, the books there were kind of like reference library rules. You didn't really check them out, you know? Seeing as how they are, well, people's memories, right?
Ah, I bet a smart person like you could have spent ages in the library.
Probably, actually, yes. Although, we did run across a few volumes that were particularly interesting while we were there.
Oh yeah? What were they about? Beaches?
Well, one was actually about you, Frank.
Oh, I'm not very interesting.
Well, I think you're very interesting for starters, Frank. You're very fascinating.
If I had blood, I'd blush.
But actually, this one was about, who you were before the skeletonization process.
Oh, yeah. I guess these bones had to come from somewhere.
It's true. And it turns out, actually, your bones contain some rather interesting tidbits of information that are going to be crucial in us, well, purifying the slow, I suppose. As a result of the things that the person who possessed those bones prior to you got up to.
Oh, that sounds important.
It's very important. You were always important, Frank, but now you're, like, cosmically important.
Wow. You must have a great birthday party planned.
Yeah, C-Swab's actually been working on it. Has been working very hard on planning this.
He's looking like Darter's eyes around the room like, wait, what?
Frank claps his bony hands together.
Hooray!
But it's going to be quite the hoot.
I would.
Sees my eyes narrow, he just stares at fucking Rain.
I want
gonna be
a chessboard, and I would love my cake to be shaped like a seashell.
It's gonna be a graveyard smash. Perhaps
You're getting
even
a
a monster
pie.
mash.
You're getting a pie, and you're getting checkers.
Well, I didn't ask for any of that, but thank you.
Well, you didn't ask for a birthday either, Frank, but here we are, celebrating a birthday.
Hooray! It's my birthday. Tomorrow. Baby.
Yep, it's definitely going to be a birthday party for Frank tomorrow to look forward to, so
Hooray!
everybody likes cake.
I
Or
hope
pie, I
everybody
guess.
shows up.
Yeah, I hope those invites got out early enough, right, C-Swab?
At the Queen's behest, all of the invites went out.
Oh, goody. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I didn't know these old bones were so important. But I can see why you want me to stick around and not go on my ocean walking vacation.
Yeah, maybe just, like, not right now, but, I mean, that does sound like a lovely vacation, I suppose. Eventually.
I'll go after my birthday.
Yeah, that seems fine. Probably. As long as we have time to study your bones in the meantime.
Did you know
Right off.
walking across the bottom of the ocean is considered a skeleton rite of passage?
I did not know that, but you're also the only skeleton I've ever really known or been on a first-name basis with, Frank.
Yeah, a lot of reborn, well, they still got beat on the bones. Been a little hard. But skeletons, we're immune to the crushing pressure of the ocean. We can see things on the bottom of the ocean that no one else can. Plus, we don't need to breathe. Kinda nice. But, you know, he knocks on his skull a little bit. No brains in the head to squish.
Well, honestly, that's kind of fascinating. I don't know.
For some of us, it can take weeks. Some of us, even months. Hidden mysteries at the bottom of the ocean. But if you make it all the way across, well, you're considered a true traveler. Well, at least in skeleton society. I'd love to have you along. I know that's why you're all hanging out and looking at me so expectantly. Unfortunately, I can't take you.
Well, we've already been on the bottom of the ocean briefly, so, you know.
Oh.
Can't do 2 bottom of the ocean trips in 1 year.
Oh, wow. If you bring anything on the bottom of the ocean to a skeleton, they'll be amazed. Not everybody can survive the crushing pressure of the water. That's really impressive, Rain. I'm very proud of you.
Well, it was mostly Wangdu was doing, actually. We just jerry-rigged the old Audacity and with a big fuck-off shield.
Wow. Wangdoodle, that's
I mean, it wasn't
amazing.
Well, thank you. But, I mean, it wasn't... We had to find another way back after that, but... Yeah, it worked really well to get us there.
Well, as much as I would love to just have you all with me, at my side, walking across the bottom of the ocean, I'm afraid you would just be squished into a pile of meat. I don't like that. So it's best next time you just stay here where it's safe. And I'm winking, but unfortunately I do not have eyes nor eyelids. But I am definitely insinuating, wink wink, that maybe I'll bring you back something nice.
That would be lovely, Frank. But remember, don't leave before we have your birthday party.
Of course. Okay.
Great.
Birthday. Goes back to playing his game.
Sorry, I just visualized staring at a skeleton that's inferring a wink.
Wink wink.
Does he think an Iron Maiden is like an actual lady?
Well, I mean, she kind of is.
Boy, I hope the
Sort of.
Iron Maiden will be at my birthday party.
She does retain, like, a small little fragment of my soul, actually, which kind of is weird when you think about it.
As C-Swab walks by, he's gonna like just move 2 pieces randomly and go, checkmate.
Oh. Oh. I really need to get better at this. Who Rain's friends would be good at puzzle game?
Yeah, good at puzzle games. That was the experience we had the one time where we all had to do puzzle games.
We're so good at it. We
Puzzles,
took
no puzzles,
our
no puzzles,
time
no puzzles, no puzzles.
for ourselves.
Help! I'm stuck in the stairs.
It's fine, we're just trying to find the stairs.
Oh, Miss Rain. Miss Rain. Miss Queen Rain. Ma'am.
Which
Lady.
small, adorable goblin is speaking to me?
Me, the unnamed one.
Oh, okay.
You have a guest waiting for you in the foyer.
Oh, the foyer.
Yes, please
Oh.
go
The
to the
foyer!
Yes, go to the south, and then
Okay.
take the first door on your left.
I appreciate that the staff of the house knows Rain doesn't know where the fuck she's going.
Also, there's no windows. How do you know what direction is south?
That way. She points south.
It's the way down,
It's down.
obviously.
Goblins have a natural ability to always know what direction they're moving in. It's called confidence.
Yeah, unlike kobolds who can't draw a map to save their lives, even though Cesar wasn't part of that, so he doesn't know that, but he guessed it.
As you walk
I'm
into the
so
foyer,
glad we spared ourselves a zone wall.
as you walk into the foyer, as promised, there is a large group awaiting you. Mora, the unseelie elf from Auralia. Peya, the burning elemental from the Obsidian Halls. Annelie, the worm-haired Medusa, also from the Obsidian Halls. Shar, fresh off of the airship, and Vulka, who's looking much more healed than she was previously. She was resting up in Grabella's lair after escorting a lot of the Vaki from underneath. They all look at you expectantly as you enter and give you polite bows.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hello, Rain. It is good to see you again, and the rest of you. Red, have we all met? You are running with a different crew than when I last saw you.
Oh, right. Well, you've met Wang Doodle, I think. Certainly. Maybe.
He squints. Yes. But the other two I don't believe I've had the pleasure of meeting.
Oh, well, Mora, this is Coslow Greenfinger, and C-Swab. Coslow, C-Swab, this is Mora.
Kozlo does like a big, overly dramatic, flourishing bow.
He does like a small salute, small bow.
It is a pleasure. I am the daughter of the Queen of Air and Darkness, the former ruler of the unseelie Fey Court here. The Fey Court was once a part of the Maginox courts, but as things went south, as I'm sure Rain has told you about, the Fey courts had departed. Now recently, my mother and I have been working to, regather the Fey courts and organize them under a new banner. I received your raven, Rain.
Excellent.
mother-
I guess we can...
Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
My
Please.
mother apologizes that she couldn't be here with me, but He is attending to things at our newly formed court.
I think that's probably fine. The proposal I have is actually for you, so.
Oh, I see. I hope this isn't about potentially rejoining the courts of Maginot. My mother is not quite ready to do so yet.
It's not explicitly about that, although it could potentially be a partial step. Trial period, if you'd like.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to hear all of the details and give them back to my mother. But it is a pleasure to meet all of you. Rain and Wangdoodle have done, and, well, we are in your debt. Without their help, my mother would have been perpetually encased in crystal and under the lock and key of Lord Mercurius of Auralia. Thankfully, my mother is free, and the Lord Mercurius is, well, a tree, atoning for his sins.
Oh, he
Also
did
just
get
kinda
turned into a tree.
Nods along like, yeah, that's the most normal thing anyone's ever said.
Well, I suppose we could just jump right into it. So the first proposal, I suppose we have is for you, Mora and Vulka. Actually, Vulka,
Okay.
thank you for showing up.
Of course, it's the least I could do. I'm feeling significantly better after healing up in Grabella's cave for a while. The kobolds, although a bit smelly, have been quite dutiful. Sorry, she looks at Wangdoodle. I didn't mean any offense.
None taken. I'll be honest, I wasn't really paying attention.
Clearly, Vulka skipped on the HR training course while she was there. Right. Well, it turns out that well, things are going relatively well here in Maginox, but it seems like we've progressed past the point where having a bunch of random people fulfilling certain roles around the city is going to continue keeping things running smoothly. Particularly, it sounds like we need some veteran experience in the realm of guards.
Volka nods sagely while Mora just kind of tilts her head. I'm afraid I've never been really cut out for guard duty. My skills tend to lie in the shadows, but I'm willing to hear your proposal.
Well, I'm looking, well, I guess partially. Volka, I hear there's a lot of Voki who might be kind of a little listless without much to do.
Volka.
But they have quite a bit of training, martial training and otherwise.
Martial and magical, surely.
Well, we'll actually get to that second one in a moment. The ones I'm particularly interested in right now are the martial. In particular, I think we need not just bodies, guard bodies to patrol things, particularly like things like the docks and the harbor, but we also need somebody to help actually organize guards across the city. We need a captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Volka nods and balls her hand into a fist and places it across her heart. I'm at your beck and call, Queen Rain. If it is a guard captain you wish, then I think there should be no one else in town that has a better resume than I. I'm experienced in training recruits, organizing platoons, and keeping things on the up and up. But if I may, if you do decide on me as captain of your city guard, one, it is something that you should also bring up with At least the captain of the Lunesti Guard, currently Callistia Lunesti. But
Well, I did actually think we were going to have this meeting upstairs where she always is, so I didn't call her out specifically. But yes, it absolutely is something that should get brought up with Callie.
however, I do think that Callie is quite busy with just keeping things on the up and up with House Lunesti. Having us both take on these tasks could, well, help the city overall.
Well, this is where Mora potentially comes in. I mean, Vulka, when discussing potential captains, nobody seems to come higher at the list than you. However, I also know that your true heart is in Vicaris, and you will be departing at some point, I'm sure, when we are able to have your people return.
Not. That would be the ideal. As much as I love Maginox and all of the kindness that you've shown me and my people, there will come a day where we must return to Vicaris and make sure that she goes for a moment. The Magmarans are no longer occupying the city.
And this is hopefully where you could come in, Mora. My hope is that you and Vulka could take on this responsibility together to help us establish a formalized city guard, with the intent that at some point you potentially would take it over for us if your mother and you decide for the Fae to rejoin Maginox in earnest.
Mora thinks for a long. While I do appreciate your proposal, skills are more of, well, being in the shadows. I'm not a very good teacher unless it's about sneaking up on things, putting a dagger in someone's back. Not necessarily on the front line, if you get my meaning.
I do. Rain ponders that for a second when we literally have a bunch of fucking criminals who are running the harbor and the docks right now. But you are also exceptionally skilled with a bow. You are an exceptional leader, as I'm already keenly aware.
I do owe you quite a bit, Rain Silversong. So if it is training for the guards that you desire, I can at least teach them how to keep an eye out for pickpockets and make sure any rumblings of, say, thieves' guilds trying to stay.
That would be excellent. It's also about maintaining the guards and ensuring they actually have, well, I suppose, shifts, since apparently that's a problem down at the docks, and making sure we have qualified individuals in various roles. It's not just about keeping the peace, it's also about investigations, I assume, into wrongdoings.
Ah, I do have a nose for trouble. Now, I think this proposal is actually quite good. And Vulka here seems, well, she looks her up and down, more than capable to handle all of the actual shouting at people to get stuff done. Very well, I accept. On behalf of the Court of Shadows, she bows slightly. I'm at your service.
Excellent.
Vulka
Rain kind of
nods and
like
bows.
claps them both on the shoulder.
It'll be good to have a strong guard presence here as more people come in. We'll have to make sure that they're safe. And plus, the individual houses, they seem to be a little bit stretched thin, just ensuring that House Lunesti is protected. We can make sure House Ravensblood guards go back to House Ravensblood. And once most of the Somniari depart, their hobgoblins will go with them. So, getting an actual robust city guard is an excellent idea. I
There are also a
approve.
lot of people looking for work right now who have various skills, not just the Voki. I would hope that we can build something more that more properly resembles the city itself. Because I agree, having the houses do guard work for the entire city doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and also, as we learned previously, leaves it a little bit too vulnerable to any one house getting too much power, as we saw with House Hamaki previously.
And if I am this is Volka speaking. If I am leading your guard, then the Vaki, I believe, will respect that choice. Putting another Vaki in leadership roles will automatically kind of draw them to protecting the city. Some of them may even stay if Makaris ends up being liberated from the Magmarans.
Well, you are all welcome here as long as you'd like.
All right.
Was actually a good segue into the next topic then. What to do about the Vakarans?
Well, while I can give some jobs, not all of them are going to be, well, very receptive to being guards for a city that they don't even know, let alone grow up in. But I will do my best.
That's all I can ask. Coslow and Seaswab can probably give you a list of names down in the harbor who are currently, let's say, acting guards. They might need separate, well, they may need to be reviewed.
I'll make sure they receive proper training. The one thing I will ask is that we will need some sort of staging area, like a barracks, someplace where we can train undisturbed. Where do you propose that should be?
Many of the Vaki are currently staying at House Hamaki, yes?
That's correct.
As I recall, there's quite a bit of outdoor space there. And Laryl owes me literally all of the favors. Perhaps that's a good place to start.
We can use the courtyard of House Hamaki.
For
I think
now,
that's
until we're
fine.
able to establish something more permanent.
I think that's acceptable. Might be a little loud for all of the Vaki that are currently stationed there, but at least it'll catch their attention, and those that are staying at House Hamaki might actually partake in some of the guard training regimen. A wise idea.
All right. Well, is that acceptable to you, Coslow and Seaswab?
Coslo nods.
Great, lovely, love it, perfect.
Oh, and make sure to talk to, what's her name, down at the docks. She's kind of been trying to handle things, but, she'll be able to get you a better understanding of what everything's going on.
Doctor's not been too happy.
Actually, yes. Shar, could you come over here, please?
Of course. Hello.
Shar,
Yes.
I would like to ask you, and this is a request, you don't have to do it, but we're not going to be requiring the services of the Audacity for our next leg of our trip. I would like to see if you would put your considerable administrative skills to work assisting Dara, particularly with recruitment. Seems like our harbor master has a little bit in over her head. She has the skills, but, well, she perhaps has the hard skills, but not really the people skills to find new talent. And, well, business is booming. We want to keep business booming down there.
Ah, so you need a little supplementary assistance down at the docks.
Yes, in particular on the recruitment side, finding people who have the skills or can learn the skills necessary and making sure Dara teaches them appropriately and doesn't drive them all away.
I can do that. That sounds easy enough. I consider
Excellent.
myself a people person. Now, what
Well, that one
about
was
this
easy.
Dara? I don't think I've met her. Is she nice? Is she standoffish?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope, not at all.
Oh. Hmm.
In
Does she
fact,
work-
I think she kind of suggested that we should resort to slavery to deal with some of the labor shortages. So
oh.
she's very old-fashioned.
Oh.
Very old-fashioned.
Oh, how detestable.
Yes, well, she's kind of from House Hamaki, so...
Oh.
But she's very good at the hard skills, like I said. So just make sure we surround her with people who are a little bit more open-minded.
Right. She touches her nose. I'm picking up what you are putting down. I'll make sure we get some, well, personable people to handle things at the docks. And if
And
she
maybe
has the
Peya-
actual skills to handle the paperwork, well, then I can work on the personnel.
Thank you. That's exactly. And making sure we're paying people again.
Right, payment for
People-
services rendered.
Yes, exactly.
But only when they're doing their friggin' jobs.
Also that, yes, don't overpay people. It seems like we've run into a bit of a problem with overpayments.
I see. Well, I'll run the numbers and we'll make sure everyone's paid a reasonable and fair amount.
Apparently adventurers are not very good with setting pay scales, turns out. Rain glances at Coslo and sees Swab.
Console like visibly sulks.
Very well. Then I'll make sure the numbers look good and the people look even better. We can have some sort of good boss, bad boss dynamic going on.
Oh, Dara's going to love you, Shar.
I almost don't like the sound of that.
Oh, don't worry, she already knows you're coming.
Oh, goody. I'll put on my best and make sure I make a good impression.
I don't really care if you make a good impression.
Should
Just make sure she doesn't fuck things up.
Noted. I'm sure everything will be fine. He sounds like a pea.
I suppose that leaves us with Peya and Annelie, yes?
The Magmancer comes roaring up. All crackling
see.
flame.
I do see why you all call her that now. Rain like whispers behind her.
Huge magmatic tracts of land.
Just
There's some huge magmatics, all right.
huge fields of fire.
Yeah, there's 2 huge fields of fire I'm looking at right now.
Goodness gracious.
Queen Rain says and bows deeply. There have been some curiosities happening at your, what do you call it? Church of Eternal Night.
It's not my Church of Eternal Night, just to be clear.
You have a very zealous little leader.
Apparently we do. Rain turns around again.
He believes very strongly in whatever Azrael is doing down there in the plane of fire. I can feel the plane of fire strengthening, growing.
That's good, yes? That's not like a volcano is going to erupt in the middle of Maginox.
She doesn't answer that.
I don't like the there. That seemed like should have been a pretty straight yes or no.
Passion burns in the hearts of the Vaki, driven by the Fire Lord Novus. But without Novus, their passions go wafting into the wind. They need some sort of kindling, something to allow their passions to burn. Some of them have found succor in the church, using their once passionate fervor for Novus, now burn in understanding of a new guide, a new leader, Azrael.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I want to talk to you all about. We had a nice long conversation with Charlindra. Rather eye-opening for me. I don't know if everyone else here was aware of it, but it did seem that, well, Charlindra, and it sounds like many of the other Vaki as well, without Novus, seem to be, well, let's say bereft of really any functional skills whatsoever.
Annelie
And
nods.
and are a little bit listless about it.
That is understandable.
Well, while I don't mind people turning to the Church of Eternal Night, or whatever they're calling it, that's certainly fine, but I'm a little concerned if, well, frankly, if the Vaki just kind of jump from one patron deity to a new one. Feels like they're not really cultivating any skills in themselves. What happens if something happens to Azrael, or if Azrael's not able to do what Novus did, or whatever? Or certainly what happens if we are able to reclaim Vakaras for the Vakarans and make nice with the Magmarans, and you're not able to actually live there? So I propose a school, an academy of sorts. There are many skilled, gifted arcanists in the city, in a variety of disciplines, even dirt magic. Ray glances over at Annelie actually for a moment. I think she is dirt magic, isn't she?
She is dirt magic, yeah. She literally has earthworms for hair.
We have dirt magicians, we have robot magicians. I don't know, what do you all call yourselves?
Annelie raises her hand.
Pharmacists?
She raises her hand.
Yes. Oh, Annelie, you're just fucking adorable.
Druids.
Whatever happened since the last time I saw you is just such a glow up. Sorry, druids. What's that?
I believe that the well, you call them dirt magicians, but I believe the technical term is druids.
Is it now?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. It's a strange name. It doesn't really indicate magic at all.
Annelie.
Okay, but if you say so.
Twirls one of the worms between her palms. It just squelches noisily.
Maybe
Okay,
that's
well, druids. Am I saying that right? Druid. Just 2 syllables.
Yes, but a little smoother, like druid.
Druid.
You know, if we're going to open the school, we can definitely start with your pronunciation.
It's fine. It's quite all right.
Elocution lessons and also electrocution lessons.
Right. So, anyway, well, there are a lot of Vaki who I understand went to some kind of higher learning establishment for the, we'll call it the magical arts. But most of it seemed focused on honing existing innate abilities.
The Obsidian Halls were almost entirely focused on teaching the Vaki how to handle and control the blessings of Novus.
But now, in lieu of that, perhaps we can expand the horizons a little bit. We have world-class artificers here in the city. We have a variety of excellent sorcerers. We have more than a few druids. We even have some what are they called? We have Moonsages who do let's call it dream magic, I suppose. There's even a couple of wizards.
So, what do you want the focus of this school to be? Just magical learning?
Yes. Helping people identify any latent skills that they may have or proclivities, and helping to funnel them towards masters who can take on apprentices.
Peya thinks, and she's rubbing a hand on her chin. It's creating a significant amount of sparks.
I absolutely thought you were going to say jiggling just then.
Well, where do you think the sparks are landing, Cosler?
Yeah. And what about me? Almost my entire repertoire is teaching how to handle fire without getting burned. Vavaki are vulnerable now without their connection to Novus.
I'm going to ask a question, and I mean no offense, Peya. If I'm stepping in it, you just tell me. You are something of an elemental lord yourself, right? Perhaps not, certainly, I suppose, not to Novus's degree.
No, not to Novus's degree, but as subservient. I'm surprised my connection to this plane has not been severed with Novus's destruction. Seems like something's keeping me tight. Whether it's the newfound fervor found in Azrael's new flock, that connection to the plane of fire still exists for me, and I feel it growing stronger. It waxes and wanes. Novus only gave me a limited amount of connection back to the plane. But now I feel it growing again, unburdened by Novus's greed.
I suppose there are certainly still Vaki who would want to continue their studies, I imagine. Perhaps you can't do the degree of power bequeathing as Novus could, but certainly you can take on apprentices who are already partially trained, yes? Like Charlindra, for example.
Is possible we can finish their studies into the manipulation of fire and magma. I do feel that connection shifting, changing, is no longer entirely powered by Novus's manipulation of the ley lines. Now it seems to be more powered by faith, hope.
Oh, gross.
My-
Sorry, I happen to know a faith-based fireball hurling bugbear myself. So I guess not that gross, but I think the bottom line for me is I want to make sure that the Vaki are able to develop their own skills that can't be taken from them at the drop of a hat by some extraplanar entity. But if there is exploration into faith, Rain gags a little bit, faith-based magic, I suppose that could be acceptable as well. As long as we don't have a bunch of people running around zealously lighting people on fire for not believing in their beliefs.
Then I think this school would be a most ready distraction. At the same time, taking too many away from their prayers at the church may lead to my own connection to this plane becoming weakened. I am very receptive to your idea of continuing these teachings. The more they are distracted away from fervent prayer and belief in Azrael, the weaker my connection. Do you propose I go with Annelie from this school? Or perhaps I can remain at the church, sure that their faith continues in a proper direction. Either way, whatever you decide, I am in your debt. No longer am I at the beck and call of a novice. Fear not, I fizzle and return to my home plane. I will simply miss you all. That is all.
Well, what do you want to do, Peya? Do you want to stoke whatever this connection is with Azrael? I would certainly trust you a mite bit more than our zealous little goblin friend, not you, Coslow, the other one, to help temper our budding little church.
Conflicted. I love the Vaki are as much a part of me as I am. They are children of fire. Only wish the best for them. If I may, proposal.
Yes, please.
Send me to Azrael's lair. Introduce me, and allow me to guide them on actually harnessing the full potential of the plane of fire. They are new. They do not understand the connection to the ley lines, and they are no elemental locus as Novus was. I can help them, teach them as much as you wish to teach the Vaki, but I believe I will be much more efficient if I am able to teach Azrael the ways of the plane of fire, the ley lines, and keeping the elementals of the plane satisfied, so they do not wish to encroach on the material. I can assure them that the Vaki are well taken care of, and that they do not encroach on our plane in order to take them back.
Rain glances to Sea Swab and Coslow and Wangdoodle. I don't know, what do you all think?
I mean, Peya's met Azrael before, so it kind of makes sense, honestly.
I have no objections.
I've never really interacted with this Azrael individual, so I don't really know what I can add in, and nothing seems suspicious.
Well, they are like very slightly mad in my experience, my few couple meetings with them. But that seems to be part of their charm.
Right. Like
I
mad as
assume.
in like uncontrollable, or mad as in like,
As a
maybe
hatter.
even past ethics?
No, to answer your question, there are many Vaki that have had a very strong connection to Novus. Even so, there are those that cultivated this connection in other ways, such as having relations with those native to the plane of fire, You may be familiar with the concept of the Vanti. Vanti are both salamander and Vaki, and are creatures of both planes. They may be more incensed about Novis's departure than the Vaki, who are primarily on the material. Some may wish to bring their Vaki relatives into the plane of fire.
Well, I've never dealt with that kind of situation personally, but I imagine that someone of the Vanti persuasion might be very upset by that. But it's a good thing none of us have to really worry about that kind of thing, right?
I can attempt to ease things over. As an elemental myself, I can try and smooth over their concerns and make sure they're not plotting to usurp Ezreal.
Well, that seems
Wang
reasonable to
Doodle's-
me. Go ahead, Wayne Doodle.
Wang Doodle is being suspiciously reticent in responding. His eyes are glowing like there's definitely something he wants to say, but you just considering this may potentially be a moment where he shouldn't.
And remember, with Novus banished, the Vaki's fiery protections are much lessened. Any Vanti or Salamander's attempts to bring their family over to the plane of fire may have disastrous results.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's really in a position for, like a full war to break out or anything. So, it should be fine. This should be pretty peaceful.
Azrael will need allies on their side, elemental allies that believe in future for both the denizens of the plane of fire and the Vaki. I can help bridge that gap. Much as I would love to remain here, with you, with Annelie, and the rest of the Vaki, I believe I can help more on the plane of fire. Quell the passion, salamanders, and the children of both worlds, Vanti.
Very well. If that's what you want to do.
He nods.
Do you require assistance returning to the plane of fire, Peya? Or are you able to make that journey yourself?
I felt the connection to the plane of fire, situated in Grabella's lair. I do believe it was your friend Coslow there that reinforced that connection. Should be no effort at all. But for now, this may be goodbye.
Not goodbye. It's see you later.
It's been a pleasure being on and gaining a more balanced understanding of those that dwell on the surface of the material plane. I'll cherish it always. For now, your Azrael is the one that needs guidance. I shall be there to help them. And thank you for freeing the Vaki from the tyranny of Novus.
I didn't realize people actually knew that we did that.
I mean, that one guy tried to kill Grabella on the ship over it, right?
True. I guess they just don't know necessarily the specifics of Charlindra.
Yeah, I kind of feel like what ended up happening is like you guys ended up taking the cover for Charlindra herself to not expose her.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And the Vaki definitely feel like something like their magical connection has been severed and they don't have any more fire resistance.
Come to think of it, we may have actually talked to Peya about this specifically at some point too. Like Peya might actually know all about Charlindra.
Hmm. Well, okay. Annelie, do you feel capable of driving the school concept? We have some lovely little real estate on Main Street, Maginox. Used to be an auction, actually.
Oh
So it has
my.
a large stage, lots of seating, like auditorium seating.
Oh, it sounds big and delightful. I love the idea of a school. Honestly, I miss teaching. But Peya, I miss you so much. Peya is well, as you know, a denizen from the plane of fire, and myself from the plane of earth. Together, well, we taught the Vaki how to manipulate magma, which is a force of both. I feel like for a while that I'm just going to be missing my left arm, but I am a very capable teacher, as long as you don't mind a little bit of dirt magic.
Well, Catherine will be happy to have a friend, I suppose.
That, and worst comes to worst, if we have any sort of misbehaving students, I can just give them the old Medusa stare and turn them into a pot of dirt.
Well, I mean, that's certainly an option. There are a handful of other people you could reach out to for at least temporary faculty positions. We have a number of excellent artificers employed aboard the Audacity, but Esther Tia Tinkerwing herself actually has some rather impressive published articles in applied industrial thaumaturgy, which is also quite good with airships.
Oh, airship. Oh, that's so scary. Terrifying. Being up in the air. Oh. You could teach me a thing or two how to not be terrified of flying.
Flying's really not that bad.
No, it's horrible. Not having your feet on the fresh, bare earth. Ugh. Count me out.
Okay.
Fucking doodle. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You don't gotta go.
But if that's what you want to teach, then,
Well, the hope is that this is not just a school for the Vaki. Like, it shouldn't just be like a remedial classroom, but we should broaden the Vaki's horizons a little bit and also offer to any potential students from Maginox itself. This is an investment in our future, after all.
all right. And you said there's already a school?
It's like a large auditorium, so perfect for lectures.
Oh, wonderful. I wonder what Tell you what, I'll need about a week to prepare. Then I believe I can start some lecture. I'll talk to your
Well, that's perfect.
Esther T. Tinkerwing, and maybe we can get some sort of plans going. But either way, I'm going to need to take a few laps around Maginox and really get the lay of the land.
All right, who was it you needed to speak to?
Oh, Rain had said that she wanted me to talk to the flying artificer.
Esther.
Yeah.
Esther, that's right.
Oh, Esther. Okay. I thought I heard you say a name, and I don't. I guess I didn't parse it correctly. That's my mistake. I'm sorry.
I didn't volunteer Morris, Wangdoodle. Don't worry.
I can can we send him back for classes? Not as a teacher, but like as a student. Maybe he'll learn this time.
I'm not sure humans have the capacity to learn. I think Morris might be tapped out. He might be using
That-
all of his available brain space.
I have
That
one
is
request.
so unfortunate.
As long as it's not for Morris. What do you want?
Please ask for Morris.
If there's anybody that knows the underground caves of Maginox, it's the kobolds.
Oh,
I would like one kobold to also potentially be a part of this lesson plan.
Oh boy, would you look at the time? You know, I am booked with construction projects for like the next easy.
Not you, Wang
oh
Doodle.
boy.
You're way too busy. I'm mostly talking about the red kobolds that live in Grabella's lair. You all know that there's a string of caves underneath Maginox, and most of them formerly made by flows of lava running underneath the ground. But nobody knows these caves better than the kobolds. Now, is there one in particular that maybe I could borrow?
Didn't one
What's
of them
Bronx
help me?
doing, Coslow?
I don't,
sorry,
I don't know that Bronx is the greatest. He's maybe
don't-
slightly a little bit bitey.
What's wrong with Bronx? I remember seeing him in Grabella's lair. He seemed to be quite shy, but he tended to leave the cave more often than the other kobolds. What's wrong with Bronx?
Cosmo kind of looks around for a second. Is like, eventually realizes that vampires are actually not that weird in this area.
He just occasionally gets a little bit hungry, and he's got kind of, you know, that whole thing going on.
The whole what going on?
He's like a kobold vampire thing.
Oh, he's perfect! Why, aren't there a lot of vampires in Maginox? I
Oh
think
yeah, tons. He just, he's maybe not as, cultured about it sometimes.
that sounds perfect. I think he would be ideal for the job. He could bridge the connection between the Maginox vampires and the kobolds.
Alright, you'll probably need to get Grabella to tell him to do it, because he's kind of one of eyes. And they're kind of big on doing what Mommy says and all that.
Of course, I'll ask her. And she can come see him at any time if we're just going to be up in that auditorium. That's perfect. Maginox is a fantastic place for vampires, I hear. And plus, you don't have to worry about him biting me, unless he wants to be turned into a pot of dirt.
Cosmo like considers for a moment, would Bronx want to be turned into a pot of dirt?
I'll take
There's
him.
also one other person you should probably talk to before you go poking around in any tunnels below Maginox, and that's the Rat King, Annelie.
Rat King. Rats aren't very good at making tunnels. Where can I find this Rat King?
the Bowery.
There's a little clearing just outside of the city. If you go, put a gold piece on the statue there, and somebody will arrive and ask you what you're looking for. Just let them know that Rain sent you to have an audience with the Rat King. You'd like to ask his permission.
Fantastic. I think we'll get along perfectly.
I certainly hope so. Just maybe bring some cheese with you as well.
Wonderful.
We're trying to recultivate our diplomatic relations.
I'm sure we'll have a lot of things in common. They love digging holes in dirt. I love digging holes in dirt. It's perfect.
There's literally no way this could go wrong.
And plus, they can't hide from me.
That might unsettle them, actually.
She just smiled.
All right, great.
I'm not afraid of
Literally
rats.
no way this could go wrong.
Wonderful. I can't wait to work with a kobold vampire and a rat king. This sounds great. But I'll miss Peya a lot. But I'll make new friends.
It's so much harder to take Annelie seriously with her fucking kawaii anime gardener girl profile. Well, also,
wrong.
I loved her.
That is Annalie's smile is the last face some protagonist sees before being isekai'd.
mm-hmm. Turned into a pot of dirt, wake up in fucking Arctis.
Oh,
Well, I believe you're also going to be benefactors of our recently collected tax money from the docks.
hooray.
Rain will hand 1,000 gold to both Vulka Mora, and then another 1,000 gold to Annelie, so 2,000. For startup expenses, please don't spend this all in one place, and do not hand piles of gold out as salaries.
Absolutely not. I'll make sure that we have enough teaching supplies for everyone.
Great.
I can
Minus
buy
2,000
so
gold.
many pots with this.
Keep in mind, we're not only druidic magic. Did I say that right?
Close enough.
Great. Let's expand people's horizons a little bit. Maybe give them a book.
This is enough gold that I could buy all the books in the city. I'm looking forward to this, and now I'm excited. Oh, but I just had one request. Can you...
This is like the third request, to be clear, but please carry on.
I know, but you ask Catherine if it's okay for me to maybe host a field trip in the Night Bloom Garden?
Is the Night Bloom Garden not open to the public right now?
Well, She just looks down, looks embarrassed. I just wanted to ask.
No, I actually don't know. It was,
I
and
would
then
be
it wasn't.
bringing in like a big group of people, and then teaching them all about the plants there that would kill them versus, the plants that wouldn't kill you.
Oh, well, I think that sounds lovely. I think you should absolutely talk to Catherine about it. I'm sure she would love that. The last time I got permission to go to the Night Bloom Garden, I kind of lit it on fire. So,
No.
well, I didn't do it. My fire proclivity bugbear friend did, but we also killed a really awful vampire, so I feel like it's still fair.
Well, we'll make sure there's none of that. We'll host fantastic field trips, keep people busy, keep their minds working, and maybe teach them a little something along the way. I'm looking forward to this. I love teaching.
Might recommend that they teach them a little something along the way, move up that priority list.
Right, I'll put that at the tippy top. Well, let's see, I'm gonna need pots and dirt, a few seedlings, definitely that kobold to teach them about. Okay, I've so much to do. I'm gonna write up a lesson plan right away.
Rain's gonna come back to a city full of dirt magicians.
It's just gonna be oops, all druids.
We're definitely getting a, this is what happens when you put together an entire college in a week sort of results out of this, I think.
It's like one of those like early aughts teen movies where they're like, I'm gonna make my own college.
Accepted. That's the name of the film.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I get to design new diplomas? Ooh!
Yes, great. Well, I suppose there are worse things than having a bunch of dirt magicians in the city, I guess. Oh,
Could be a bunch of liches.
Beautiful things grow here in the dark. I can't wait to teach the city about them.
I have one request, Annelie. Keep an eye out for anybody who might seem a little bit bookish. Maybe they like runes or something.
Runes?
Yeah, or like stars, astrology, I don't know. Other types of magic that aren't strictly found in the ground.
Oh,
For
I
me,
don't know
as a
anything
personal
about
favor-
stars. Honestly, it's the first time I've seen the stars in 15 years.
Sure, but like
Weird
maybe there's somebody
things.
who's like bored looking at the dirt all the time, and they're just like, oh man, I wish I was studying something a little bit higher than the dirt. It's like jot their name down or something. For me.
Okay.
And like also like people who like bombs and robots or whatever for when
I
you
like
need Cosmo.
bombs.
Yes, but you don't
I like
need to go to
robots.
school, Cosmo. You already have a PhD in explosivology.
Wait,
Yes,
I do?
we tend to teach people how to control and harness the power of fire.
Wait, does that mean I'm a doctor?
It does now. You have an
Dr.
honorary
Cosmo
degree.
Greenfinger at your service.
Congratulations!
Honorary degree from Maginox U.
I can't wait to drop the lesson plan.
Rain, forever cursed to be the one wizard surrounded by druids and artificers.
Look, sorry that some of us
Is it a
didn't
curse,
have
though?
time for your book learning. Some of us went to trade school.
I tried to change my token name and it did not work.
Dr. Coslo Greenfinger.
Flameologist.
I'm actually expecting at the end of this, it's going to be something like Dr. Signore Coslo Greenfinger Esquire LLC.
Flame statistician.
I will make my way back to Grabella's lair now. For now, this is goodbye.
We'll see you in like a week, Peya.
And I'm greatly looking forward to it. I know you care about this city as much as I care about the Vaki. We are all doing best.
I dare say we're doing a fairly alright job of it.
I
Oh
don't
no,
know why
Dr.
I'm going
Coslo
back.
Greenfinger. Alright, who wants to build a big fuck-off robot?
Yeah, we should get
Oh,
on that.
actually, wait a minute. Where's Catherine?
There's a knock on the door to the...
Hello, Alara.
Hello, everyone. It's quite crowded in here. May I interrupt your proceedings?
I think we're about to wrap up and go make a fuck-off robot. You want to come make a fuck-off robot?
As delightful and interesting as that sounds, may I request your presence for a few moments? Not here. Would you be so kind as to meet me at the Moonsage's Sanctum?
I suppose we could. Is there a fast way there? Or is it like a hoof?
It will be a walk.
Does everybody want to take a walk to the Moonsage's Sanctum? Have
Don't
you all
worry.
even been to the Moonsage's Sanctum?
I don't even know what a Moonsage's Sanctum is.
I don't even know what a moon sage is.
Do you know what a moon is?
Puzzle looks lost in thought for a moment as he's now like, he's gone 3 steps ahead and he's now contemplating like, wait, but actually what is a moon though?
What is it?
Oslo.exe has stopped working.
Well, now that he's, a doctor, he's got to really think about things like this.
Yeah.
Oh no, have we activated the overthinking Coslo?
If you have forgotten, the
any-
Moonsage's Sanctum is just directly south of here.
Everything is south of here. How much further south can we go?
Lots of things south from here. I shall meet you there.
All right. We'll see you shortly, I guess.
Thank you for being so accommodating. I promise it'll be worth it.
Thank you for being so cryptic, Alara.
Ta-ta.
Are we gonna do the awkward thing where we like
Oh, I'm going,
all
you're
start
going.
walking together? Yeah. Oh, I'm parked over here. Oh, I'm also.
No,
parked
I'm
over
also parked here.
there. Oh, okay.
We did
well,
that. We did that with Coslo, or I did anyway.
All right. To the Moonsage's Sanctum. Does anybody want to do anything else then? Feel like starting a big fuck off robot and then just immediately going to Moonsage's Temple is kind of inefficient.
I mean, whatever we gotta get done, It's just...
I mean, we can always kick it down the road, right? Like, that's what this group does best.
We are very good at taking our time to accomplish what seems to be a very straightforward objective.
All right, let's go to the temple.
Don't get left behind, Coslo! South!
What is behind?
What is?
Dr.
South?
Coslo Greenfield. Oh my god, he did it.
Oh, also, did I tell you? Wangdoodle and I have an idea to make the robot explode.
Love it. Love it.
Repeatedly, if you really want to.
Repeatedly, and it will heal itself as it explodes.
Infinite explosions?
Unlimited explosion works.
It'd be really great if you had like the ability to have the sound of like, I don't know, a choir or something and speaking in some ancient tongue that seems to carry raw power on it. Like every time it explodes, just something like that.
Like it tells them to fuck off in French or something?
Yeah.
It's probably something we can do.
Why is it so
something like-
friggin' loud?
Or maybe it's like actually just like a shopping list, but it's a tongue like no one uses anymore, so they think it's a lot more terrifying than it is.
Oh, well, that's an interesting idea. I mean, I know southern languages from the southern continent. Just shouting out like a grocery list in Southern Sylvan or something.
Yeah, I think that would work great, And what are the chances that someone would be from that area, know that language, and also happen to be in the demiplane?
So it explodes and it's just like onion. And they're just like, oh my god, what is it saying? Oh no, help us. Save us from onion.
Yeah, but like you have like multiple like voices and range, like a choir, like singing it out together, Like really lofty and like almost pious sounding, if that makes sense.
Are you proposing we audition voice actors?
The Moonsage's Sanctum. Rain, the last time you were here, you defeated an egg of Vanix that was implanted in the wall between worlds. It was very, very empty. But now, the Somniari have repopulated the. And as you walk in, two hobgoblin dream guards give you an approving nod, and they gesture you towards the front desk. Behind the desk, another Somniari sits behind it, dutifully writing in the notebook. The large mosaic of a wide-eyed owl still remains on the floor underneath you. Ah, yes, Queen Rain. Welcome. You are wanted in the grand foyer in the back. If you would, please, enter the doors directly to the north, past the viewing pools. And Alara is waiting.
You can
Perfect.
start by entering the door to the north.
Go past the shrine of the Silver Monkey.
The north is up, guys. It's up.
The hobgoblin
Kozlo
dream
is-
guard looks down at Kozlo. How you doing, Toots?
I'm a doctor.
Hey now. Doctor or what?
Wouldn't you like to find out?
I like you. Cute and small. What are you doing here? You don't look like a Moonsage.
I don't really know, and honestly, in the last few seconds, I've slightly forgotten.
You want to hang out here with me?
Yes! I probably should go with the rest of. Where did they go?
I think Kozlo can catch up.
I get
Later.
nervous talking to girls.
I thought you had a boyfriend, Kozlo. Isn't that? I thought Bronx was your boyfriend.
Gotta catch them all.
That's actually holy scripture from Azrael.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Goblin, like, potential pregnancy makes them act kind of weird, supposedly.
Rain, as you enter the room to the north, there is quite a large gathering of Somniari here. It makes you worried. They all look at you expectantly, and at the same time, they fold their hands together, place their fingertips on their lips, and give you a very deep bow. At the very north part of the room, standing on the slight stairs that lead up, going to the higher parts of the Moonsage's Sanctum, are two familiar figures, Alara and Elitha, the strange Somniari dreamwalker from a temple far away. You've seen her a few times at House Lunesti. Please, Rain, Wangdoodle, Seaswap, Kozlo, step forward.
All right.
Are we being inducted into something? Is this where I get my PhD?
Pick up your diploma.
Please, Wangdoodle, don't be shy. We're all waiting for you.
Damn, that was kind of aggressive.
Still not used to this whole, ceremony business.
Forgive me for leaving this up to surprise. But she looks around. Welcome to the Moonsage's Sanctum. It is here that the Somniari performed our most sacred rituals and also commune with the dreaming. We wanted to formally thank you, not just in passing, but as friends and allies to the dream. Your recent journey to the Great Ice Library resulted in you defeating Vanix, the Lord of Nightmares, and our most mortal enemies. As denizens of the dreaming, both Somnivore and Somniari, on behalf of both, we thank you. You have united us in ways that we did not think were possible, and now, without Vanix's constant meddling into the dreaming, we feel safe to explore it once again. Here, we will rebuild the Moonsage's Sanctum and bring the peace and imagination of the dreaming to all once again. For you and to us, you are heroes. All of you. Seaswab, Rain, Doodle, Oslo. Thank you for your bravery, your sacrifice.
Grabella was there too, though, just to be clear.
You know what? I'm gonna add Grabella.
Grabella, where did you come from?
I've been here the whole time.
Elitha here. I'd like to say a few words. Thank you. To all. Now that Vanix is gone, we can focus once again on bringing the clarity of the dreaming to all. As you know, Maginox, the great city of darkness, and for here, many dwell within the dream. Many dwell in the dream as well. And now that each of you have touched it, your own individual ways, we would like to give you something as thanks.
It's a boat.
It's not a boat.
Dreamboat, hey!
Hey! For those that spend an extended time in the dreaming and learn how to walk within the minds of others, we call ourselves Dreamwalkers and Dreamweavers. Since you have walked within the mind of Arctis itself, we can consider no higher blessing than this. Please, step forward. Not all of you at once. Don't worry, I'm not trying to do anything weird.
If I pay extra, can I make it weird?
Oh, the laughs. In your dreams, little bird. Very well. Brave sea swab, Kenku from afar. Thank you. Thank you for saving not just the Somniari, but all of Arctis from Vanix's terrible clutches. You... And now we will harness power of dreams. Now, Rain has received but a touch of this in her own regard, as now she is just as much Lunesti as she is Silversong, and she too has learned to walk the dreaming. But as you saw within Arctis's mind, can be made manifest. We will give you a portion of this power as both a thank you for saving our worlds and for uniting both Somnivore and Somniari together once again. Elitha extends the palm of her hand and places it, if you will allow, gently on Seaswab's head, as if she were patting you lightly. Close your eyes and receive blessing the dreaming. Do you close your eyes?
Yeah. As I slowly say to myself, "No, I'm a dreamer, but my heart's a gold."
Hear me, oh dreaming. Bless this one. You're guiding it, your infinite imagination, and make his thoughts manifest. You feel, Seaswab, as if you are falling asleep very quickly, but you manage to stand on your feet. There is a strange power that shudders through you. It's almost like you're falling asleep and then you wake up with a gasp, as if cold water has been suddenly splashed on your face. Receive the Dreamweaver's blessing. Not that. One moment.
It's a fake! It's dark magic!
It's fake! There we go. Your power to weave dreams has manifested in reality. You learn the Minor Illusion cantrip. Once per long rest, when you create an illusion, you may choose any structure or creature that is part of the illusion, and you make it real. You can do this on your turn as a bonus action. The illusion remains real for a maximum number of minutes equal to your charisma modifier. For example, you can create an illusion of a bridge over a chasm, and then make it real long enough for your allies to cross it. The illusion cannot deal damage or cause any magical effects, but can cause conditions. Conditions are like poisoned, grappled, restrained, etc. This will also work on illusion spells that aren't just a part of a minor illusion. So any sort of spell that is considered an illusion spell. However, minor illusion will just give you the ability to cast an illusion, as if you are taking something out of the dream, or from your own imagination, and making it reality.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Whatever you think, whatever you feel, can now become real. This is the blessing of the Dreamweaver. She places her hand on the top of Wangdoodle's head. Receive now. Blessing, Dreamweaver.
Sure.
Thank you for everything done. And we wish nothing but peace and prosperity for all people of Maginox. For all Somniari, and for all the people under your protection. Go now, the blessing of the dreaming, and may it keep you safe in your times of greatest need. Thank you, once again. The very least we can do as Dreamwalkers to allow you to pull a piece of your imagination and make it real, if not but a short time. Use this in your travels. Remember us each time you do. We are forever in your debt. Alora smiles enigmatically. And forgive me once again for being coy about bringing you here. This blessing is sacred, known only to the Somniari. Use it well.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for this great honor.
Thank you for putting your lives on the line, being selfless, being brave.
Is anyone else feeling tad sleepy?
See,
Is
I
it-
told you this is why you couldn't drink earlier, Wagdoodle. You had to be able to stay awake.
No, there's no way you knew this is coming.
Just a small side effect of the Dreamweaver's blessing. Please, stay as long as you like within the Sanctum, and know you are safe.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can get to the robot tomorrow.
The Somniari bow once more and clap. Hooray!
And everybody clapped.
Hooray! For the heroes of Maginox! And that is where we will end the session for today, as you receive the eternal thanks of the Somniari and the blessings of the Dreamers. And now you too can make a piece of the dreaming into reality, as no longer it will be painted by nightmare, and you can make your greatest imagination and thoughts manifest with the power of the Dreamweaver's blessing, if but for a short time. I hope you use this in extremely creative ways.
I need like, I don't know. In my head, it's like not making sense of like what I can do with this, because it says I can't cause damage or magical effects, but I can cause conditions.
So you could create the illusion of a, say, like a grace trap, and if they walk on it, they could become prone. You could make an illusion of a giant plant with grappling vines that will literally grapple somebody. They would become grappled. It wouldn't do any damage, but it's real, at least for.
Yeah, but I mean, what dirt magic does do damage? I mean, let's be honest.
Did everybody get
forward
this, or was
to-
I the only one that got this?
Everyone gets it.
Everyone gets
So
it. Okay, I
everyone
wasn't sure.
gets the Dreamweaver's blessing.
I wasn't sure if everybody got different blessings.
You could make an illusory bag of money, hand it to somebody, and it'll last for as many minutes as your charisma modifier.
How many minutes does it last if you have no charisma modifier?
1.
Or negative? Okay, to a minimum of 1.
Minimum
Okay,
of
perfect.
1.
Negative charisma modifier. It actually costs you money to give them the illusion of money.
Yeah, you actually have to take the money out of your own pocket to make the illusion.
Yeah.
Or here's an idea: find a bank, make an illusion of a door on the back side of the building, make that real, walk through the door.
And then you're trapped inside a bank.
Well, that's when you teleport out to other means.
Yeah. Could potentially do that if the door, if it's 5 feet from one end of the wall to the other, or else you just open the door into more wall. But yeah. All potentials for the Dreamweaver's blessing. I hope you think of ways to be very creative with this. You could even create a temporary, say, Borean shard.
So, if the door is locked, but he creates the illusion of an open door, could he just pass through it?
I bet if you came across a locked door, you could create an illusion of a key that fits that door.
I have a question.
That's more.
I have a question.
That would be more fitting, yeah, because the
I have a
door would
question.
still be there.
I need a rules question answered because I have a scenario.
Sure.
Let's say we are on one side of a large chasm,
Yeah.
and I decide to make the illusion of a bridge,
Yeah.
and then said enemies try to cross the bridge to get to us, and the bridge goes away. Will they take damage from falling?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can do damage, but indirectly.
Indirectly, yes.
Indirectly,
Yeah.
I can do damage. Okay.
But reality still exists. Also, you cannot create illusions of like invisibility. It has to be like a tangible thing.
I can see you. No, you can't. It's
No,
an
you can't.
illusion.
Yeah, ooh.
Illusion.
I make
don't have time for
me
my
being
illusion.
invisible real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't
That's like,
go ahead.
I'm invisible boy. Nobody look at me.
But yeah, like if you were to make an illusion of an open door and try and walk through it, you would still be stopped by the real door that is there.
Okay.
Or the
I
wall.
wanted to know how Looney Tunes we could get with this ability.
So you can't create
What?
the illusion of an absence of something.
Yeah.
What if I used invisibility and used this to make my absence permanent? Like, not be targeted by an AoE spell.
That's
That
not
would
how
otherwise
this
target
works.
the area.
That's not how
Okay.
that works.
Well,
But
I
if
mean,
you
I don't know.
believe
We're
in
talking
it
about
hard
creative
enough.
applications.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. There are known knowns and there are unknown unknowns.
And also, keep in mind, if you're still working within the confines of the minor illusion cantrip, but if you know more powerful illusion spells, then you can use that. But otherwise, whatever you make has to be within the confines of minor illusion. So,
Gotcha.
for example, let me just scroll up a little bit. If you create an image of an object, such as a chair, muddy footprints, it must be no larger than a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
When you say no more powerful spells, like what are we talking about here?
Well, what illusion spells do you have?
I'm not sure what illusion spells I have.
Oh, you should probably look at your spell list and then also start thinking creatively.
I'm looking and I see blur and I'm like, oh, that's a fun one, but I don't know if that counts as illusion.
It says it. It's part of the spell school if you highlight it.
Yeah.
It is an
Like
illusion
conjuration,
spell.
abjuration.
Oh, alter self as transmutation. Oh, that one doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
But there's a spell literally called like illusory dragon.
And that would be
Oh.
real.
See.
But the dragon wouldn't be able to bite anybody.
Oh wait. Oh.
Yeah,
I
the
think the
illusions
challenge
themselves
was
can't deal
illusion
damage,
spell.
but it could grapple somebody. It
Oh.
could make somebody go prone.
You could fly on it, probably.
You could fly on it.
It could grapple somebody and then drag them underwater.
It could drown somebody, yeah.
Or drop them off a cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like Acme brand anvils just latching onto someone's ankle.
Yeah, so if you don't have any illusion spells other than minor illusion, you are only working within the confines of minor illusion. If you have other illusion spells, like invisibility, I mean, I guess, but then you can't make it real because you're already real. So it's kind of redundant.
How
But, like,
real would the magic mouth become?
I mean, you could touch it, you could kiss it, make out with it. You know what? I'm not going to continue that line of thought.
Just gonna start making illusions of imaginary hobgoblins and
Could the magic mouth grapple?
Yes. It can bite. It just can't do damage.
Okay.
Big
So
B's chomping chompers.
It's choppers.
basically what you're telling me is that I can use magic mouth to summon Pac-Man at any given time.
Waka waka waka. I see, like, a lot of you don't take a lot of illusion spells, but maybe with this you will rethink your spell list. You should all find minor illusion down at the very bottom of your spell list. Know that you have this as a feature. and it is given by Dreamweaver's blessing.
Can I filter by school?
Well, I think so. If you click on the filter, yeah, if you click on the filter on your spells, so it's to the right of search spells. It's a thing that looks like a funnel. You can just filter by illusion. C-Swab has 0 illusion spells because he's an offensive beast.
Yeah, I can make it an illusion like the sun is burning your retinas, except it's not an illusion, it's real.
You could make an illusion of a tiny 5-foot square sun and blind somebody, 100%.
Oh, say less.
You can because blind is a condition. You can absolutely create a tiny sun and blind the hell out of somebody. I'm gonna look at Rain's spell list here real quick.
Oh, I already have some ideas.
Oh yeah, Rain's got a bunch. Holy crap, Simulacrum's a fucking illusion spell?
That one doesn't really... I don't think that one... I can't think of a way to make that one actually work, because Simulacrum is literally already making an illusion real.
True. Okay.
But, like, mirror image...
Yeah, that's real.
Get flanking bonus with a mirror image, because it's real now?
Yes. That is probably one of the most powerful applications of this.
And can't possibly be. You could get flanking bonus with a whole ass dragon with illusory dragon.
Well, nobody took illusory dragon.
It's like it's such a high level spell.
Kozlo has a bunch of illusion spells.
Yeah.
Magic mouth.
Yep.
It's just
Phantasmal killer. Shit, guys, does somebody have Phantasmal killer?
No.
Well, now's the time to fucking learn.
I don't think I can. I want to though.
Also,
You literally created a... Oh, go ahead.
if you find a scroll that is an illusion spell and you use the scroll, the blessing will work on it.
Oh.
Now we're thinking creatively.
Green is not a creative color.
So yeah, think about some interesting applications. Think about all the conditions that you want. Keep in mind, exhaustion is a condition. So we'll go from there. For now, that's the end of the session. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your blessings, as you did not get official loot from Vanix. Consider this permanent power your loot.
One of us got
Dude.
something pretty good off of Vanek.
Wait, who got
He's a
something?
dragon.
Yeah. Grabella can be a dragon.
And Kozlo literally has his soul in a book now.
And
Oh, that's true, yeah.
yes, you have Vanix's ability, and the rest of you can now make any real thought, any item real. And C-Swab, I believe your charisma modifier is the highest out of the entire party. So yours will last
So
the longest.
charismatic.
He might be the only one with a charisma modifier, actually.
Yeah, just a cursory knowledge of the dreaming.
Does anybody else have a charisma modifier? Wang Doodle. Kozlo.
Yes.
I technically have a very small one.
Oh, okay. You have something greater than a 0.
I have a +1, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's not about the
I know
size of the
Bella and I
modifiers,
don't.
but how you use it.
I have a moderate +3 on charisma.
Oh, damn. Okay. So, okay. That's fair.
Oh yeah, Wang Doodle, you can make things real for a while. Emergency battery backup. All right, everybody. That's it for today.
Prototype slow engine.
Get creative. Yeah, create a 5-foot cube slow. It's real.
It's real now.
No, for 3 minutes. This surely won't fucking fuck up the entire world. All right.
If Minecraft taught me anything, just make a bucket, put it in the bucket, immediately safe.
Bucket of slow. All right, everybody. You are free from my clutches. I will let Grabella know of the cool new power that you got, and I will see you all next week. If there's anything, so from here, I believe there's going to be about a week of just downtime for the players. So if you want to create your golem and you want to create your murder room, absolutely, just let me know in chat. I'll prepare everything, and then next week, hopefully, we will have a week pass, and then you guys will take the next step of your journey.
Murder rooms.
Murder rooms plural.
Mhm.
Very good. All right,
Thanks,
everybody.
Al.
Have a good night, and I will see you next week.
This is fun. Bye.
All right, and that's it for Arctis Ascended today. Well, thanks for watching. They had a big adventure in the Ice Library, and they've had some stuff to catch up on in Maginox. But when you own a city, you've got to take care of it. Plus, they have an army they need to bring to the City of Brass, but a few things first. And for one of them, we will definitely need Gerbella. Catch up on all of our VODs over on Arctis DD on YouTube. You can watch our shorts and our funny moments if you just want snippets from the session over on Play Arctis, on Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky. Come check us out. And I'm your DM Zarina. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for lurking in chat. I appreciate you all. Thanks for joining us for the final chapter of Arctis Ascended. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.